Hello and welcome to another episode of the Roach Koach Podcast, the journey to create the Nu-Metal Canon. My name is Lorin Kozlowski. With me, as always, the original Roach Rider, Mr. Matt Nas.
Keep it rolling, baby.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, back with you, back for another episode of Roach Koach, creating this Nu-Metal Canon one album at a time. This week, he's back already. Local boy done good. Good friend of the show. Internet phenomenon and loving husband and father, Garrett Fuller.
All right. Keep it rolling, baby.
There we go.
Baby.
Garrett, when we last had you on the show, you were ascendant. Your ascendance continues.
Oh.
You are now doing meet and greets. People are putting your visage onto banners. You are showing up places. I feel like in a year's time, you won't be able to do the show because you guys are going to be too big. Talk to us about your rising fame.
Wayne County life.
Yes, Wayne County life.
First off, never too big for the coach, baby. Please,
thank you.
Please
Thank
let me on this coach.
Thank you.
You truly are the rising tide that lifts this boat.
I do want to say first and foremost for the listeners out there, Lorin did not read the opener this time for the Roach Koach podcast.
Oh, I did read it.
Oh, he did read it. Never mind.
It's written down.
Last time it was handwritten and he read it from a book. So this time, no book.
So a little behind the scenes action on that. I asked him to write it on the computer because when we do it through Skype, it will be like, because we put it on YouTube now, it'll be like, okay, 3, 2, 1, and instantly it's welcome to the Roach Koach Podcast.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I asked him to please put it on his computer.
Amazing.
Yes.
I just wanted everyone to know that. If I'm in the coach, I want to give a little of what's inside the coach. The meet and greets have been wild. I don't know. Like, it's been fun to do. It was just last weekend at Astronomicon is what it was called.
So that is the Twisted convention.
Hell yeah.
Was it in Roseville?
It was in Livonia this time. It's moved
Okay.
to a place called Burton Manor. So
I know. Yes, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, that was-
Schoolcraft and
a lot of proms happen there. Yeah, it's right off of
yes.
Schoolcraft. Yeah, it was super nice though. So and it was packed as shit, man. Those guys are like, Twisted is a group of dudes I look at and I go, man, they are the kings of this kingdom that they have built for themselves. I mean, they just have this fully functioning operating system of their fans and like their world. I love it.
it's very interesting to watch them because they are, ICP in the area is this huge entity.
Yeah.
And they were label mates for a very long time.
Right.
And then things happened of which I am not the expert to cover.
Yeah.
But the family in general of ICP fans has stayed true to Twisted no matter what. And the Twisted fans who are like, we don't fuck with ICP anymore, but we love the family, are fucking ride or die for Twisted.
Faux show, dude. And that's another impressive thing about the two of them is that, they got on with those guys and their music was so fucking good that they got fans from it who are loyal as fuck to this day for them.
That's crazy.
Dude,
Awesome.
It is crazy awesome. They release new merch all the time and people were like, lined the fuck up for it. And it was cool. Like, I was like, I'm just impressed, man. I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it.
Well, I think key to good merch, and I'm just going to throw this out there. Put the name of your band at the front of the shirt in a cool logo.
Uh-huh.
That's all you need to do.
Amen.
I got to tell you, people keep trying to reinvent the wheel on merch. And
No shit.
I'm telling you, you know what's another good one? If you have a new album, put the album cover on the shirt. I'll buy that.
Yeah.
You don't need... I got to tell you that people are always trying to like get crazy. I mean, I love Death from Above 1979. For a while, their merch was trash because they had this one shirt. It was a giant shirt.
Oh, God.
And then in the corner of the bottom of the shirt that you down by your belt is like the band and the logo. I was like, what are we doing here? Put the logo in the center of it. I mean, they've got it now.
Yeah.
They put the logo straight in
Lorin.
the center.
2-day, record store day, 420 day. Are we blazing some blunts?
It is 420 day. That's right.
Fucking weed hogs in the house.
You know
my
I'm
gosh.
you, boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
This guy was wearing a pair of sweatpants. I was like, those are weird sweatpants. They had bones on them. I was like, okay, like for the legs. And then it was like in a tiny, almost undecipherable font, Phoebe Bridgers.
What?
Furious. Furious right now.
Phoebe Bridgers.
I was like, oh my God.
Furious.
Yeah, they try and go fashion show with it.
Very much
And
so.
I'm like, dude, none of us are here for
It's
that.
a concert tee.
Yeah.
It's just put the name of who you are.
Yeah.
But it's not rocket science, and you can see people just overthinking that shit.
For sure.
Don't
Well,
overthink it.
Like, I understand that Phoebe Bridgers wears a Halloween skeleton costume on
Right.
like everything for
Mhm.
promotional. The shirt with the heart, Phoebe Bridgers legible.
Yeah.
Fuck all day.
Right.
Sell like a pair
I just
of.
want to support you.
You know
Yeah.
these are $125.
Oh, that's the other thing.
You know these are
Oh, yeah.
$125.
The insane amounts of money people for $90 T-shirt.
Oh,
shit.
so I was just talking with somebody on Instagram about this because they said that they had to get it. They got a shirt at the Taylor Swift Eras tour for $65.
Yeah, that
A
sounds right.
T-shirt, and I said that's insane. But then I went to see Mannequin Pussy last week, and with now you tip. Listen, tip everybody. I'm all about tips, but at the same time, you got to tip the merch guy now.
Sure.
So with tip, one Mannequin Pussy shirt cost me $45. Mannequin Pussy.
Right.
Yeah.
Mannequin Pussy used to be way lower than that.
That used to be.
That was a $20 tee for a long. That was a Hanes beefy 20.
They were handing out Mannequin Pussy.
I mean,
dude.
honestly, though, the thing.
Oh, can you imagine just rubbing the flat?
it was just sitting there.
Doing nothing.
But the thing is that I remember going to see Korn in 2000, paying $30 for a Korn shirt, and thinking it can never get worse than this.
I know, dude.
No.
That's where capitalism proves you wrong.
Yeah.
No, I feel like for a while it held. Like you wouldn't find higher than 30.
Agreed.
But now, honestly, it's probably because I think when I saw Kanye on the Yeezus tour, I'm pretty sure those shirts were 35 to 40.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay. And then when I went to Beyonce, I remember her prices were so bad that I didn't even consider. I looked and saw them and went no, and just kept walking. So I didn't even retain them. I just knew they were too high for shirts.
I don't understand how fans don't push that frustration back on the artist. I don't care how good their fucking music is, how big. That is, to me, a slap in the fucking face. I think that is on top of the ticket price. That's fucking horrible to do to the fans, and no one gives a shit. It's crazy to me.
I mean, I think maybe a lot of people also just think like I can wait it out, get it cheaper on the merch store.
Right.
Or, with some bands, you can roll into Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 2 for $30 day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
you
the
know?
competition part of it that I'm not buying one. I wouldn't at those
Yeah.
prices.
So, I mean, yeah. Although, you just got to hope that, they carry it at Hot Topic.
Right, right.
So, last time I went to Hot Topic with Ronan to look at Funko Pops, I was looking at shirts and I was like, who the fuck are these guys? What fucking bands are these?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the shirts were awful, but they at least had the band names prominent. I didn't.
Yeah.
They
So
pierced the
back-
veil or some shit. I
Back
don't
to
know.
Astronomicon.
Sure.
Yes.
You get there. So it looked like you were with a t-shirt company, kind
Yeah.
of like in. How did that come about?
So I grew up with a friend of mine named Chris, and him and his friend Pete run kind of a brand, wrestling apparel brand and stuff like that called 20 by 20 Apparel.
Okay.
And they've kind of been plugged in from their OG Juggalo dudes. Like they have a Juggalo podcast, like always been plugged into Twisted, love it.
Whoop whoop. Okay.
Full show, whoop whoop. Chris is King
Do
Juggalo.
I
That's
have
what
to
we used
whoop
to
whoop
call
too?
him. I would like you to.
Whoop whoop.
okay.
Oh, sorry. Too hot.
No,
Way too hot on that whoop whoop.
don't go too hot with your whoop whoops here.
Okay.
Lauren.
Sorry.
Keep them cool.
All right.
Can I get a cool whoop whoop?
Whoop whoop.
There it is.
Ah.
Perfect level whoop whoop.
Okay, well, I'm the necromancer master. I'm the necromaster.
Right.
Jenny is. I don't remember. Do you remember your Juggalo name?
Pancake.
There he is.
Pancake is good. I felt like I met 3 dudes named Pancake at the convention. Nice ass dudes too, all of them, dude.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah, for real, dude. Nicest guys you ever met. Always in a big ass hoodie. No
Oh.
problem,
So
Pancake. You're the man.
20 by 20. 20 by 20?
20 by 20 apparel. Yep.
Okay. Did they make that Kobo Hall shirt?
They did.
That fucking shirt rules.
It rules. Yeah, you should see old men's eyes light up when they see that big time wrestling shirt because they're always like, "That's where my." I feel like every one of our dads at least one time went to Kobo wrestling because it must have been an affordable thing, and they all have one at least memory of wrestling. I don't know, like even my dad who was poor as hell was like, hell yeah, I remember Bobo Brazil and Iron Sheik, and I'm like,
Bobo
okay,
Brazil.
yeah, right. You've heard the name, right?
Oh yeah,
right. So
Dick the Bruiser for real,
totally right. So that's like this weird niche Detroit era of wrestling. So I watched a few dudes' eyes go like, I'll take that shirt right there. So it's cool. So yeah, they're doing well with that, and then they were plugged in, and we're like, why don't you just try and do like a meet and greet? You'll bring like, stuff like attention to us and the event. And so I was like, hell yeah, because I just want to meet the fans and stuff like that. I didn't even charge. I was like, I just want to come. I knew I'd get a lot of content out of it.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, we sold some shirts and stuff. I made money, but like, I just really want to. On days like that where the videos, I feel so insulated all the time, like I'm making videos, it's fine. I want to go and meet people. I'm good at that. I like doing it. I like people, and I like people who like my shit.
Yeah, it is great to have people. I'm excited about what you do.
For sure. Of course, I want to hear that for 5
or
hours.
I want to I want Uncle Terry to rip into me a little bit.
Exactly, which they all love to. And so, like, we kind of just brought Uncle Terry there, and they made us the banner. They ran it so good. This guy named Mike ran Astronomicon, and like, I don't know, it was very organized. I thought it was going to be like, because Mike, who runs Wayne County Life with me, he ran Diff a lot. He was like one of the big people who helped run Diff, and that was hectic. I knew some of the behind the scenes stuff that they were going through, and it was crazy. Can't even imagine what these people go through, because they have like flights of celebrities.
So if I'm reading between the lines here, Astronomicon should run Diff, is what you're saying.
Damn straight.
Okay.
Let's merge the two and see what happens.
That'd be wild.
Oh, man, Matt, could you imagine we do a live Roach Koach opening for Twisted at Diff?
Oh, baby.
Why not?
Oh, baby.
Why not?
So, like, yeah, so they had me out. That was awesome. They're friends, and they kind of are in good with, I don't know if you guys know the rapper Blaze, your dead homie.
Yes, I know Blaze.
Yes, of course.
So he's like in with Twisted.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
He gets a whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay, Fresh, I can hear him being like, yeah, I know him.
Yeah. It's just surreal that when we were teenagers, I would always give them shit for the ICP stuff and Twisted and Blaze. Like, I was cracking jokes back then.
There's nobody who's a fan who hasn't taken some shit.
Exactly,
for that
dude.
fandom.
And they know, and so they introduced me to Blaze, which was such a cool moment for Chris to be able to be like, I'm introducing you to Blaze, because they kind of know him now. And when we were kids, I always tell like them, if we would have went back in time and told us our childhood selves, like, this is what you're going to end up doing.
Right.
We would have been like, that makes perfect sense. Chris was always a juggalo, wrestling, and I was a wrestling guy, comedian. And so it's to be at that show together is hilarious, like, and amazing. So to meet Blaze and stuff, I'm like, this is just wild. And I'm in full Uncle Terry gear.
Amazing.
As Twisted's there. I'm like, this is the best. It was awesome.
Unbelievable. So what do you have? Do you have more appearances set up, or what do you have? Do you have anything set up? It's summertime's coming.
Yeah, no.
Do they have you thrown out the first pitch at any Tigers games?
Hey,
like that?
It's so in the talk still. I would love to do something like that. I'm sure there's more Uncle Terry stuff. We're doing I'm gonna run a 5K. Quotation marks under run as Uncle Terry for Bally Sports coming on May 4th. And so that'll be fun. That when you're running the race, you'll see Uncle Terry in his like full gear, like, in the race with them. So I thought that was a fun ass idea of them to let me kind of, I always call it Forrest Gumping the characters into stuff. You get to put them into real life situations. So that'll be fun. But
and a 5K, thank God, is like, it's very doable.
Yeah, I kept calling it a marathon. They were like, you must stop calling it that. I'm like, they were like, that's very different than 5K. Well, I've never done either, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5K seems very doable, and Uncle Terry's probably going to power walk most of it, film it. Mm-hmm. But that'll be fun to do.
There you go.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. WayneCountyLife.com.
WayneCountyLife.com, please.
All right. Perfect. Garrett, you're here today.
Yep.
Because you said, can I hop on the coach one more time? And I said, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I sent you a list of albums and bands.
Mm-hmm.
You messaged me back immediately and you said, Mudvayne.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
So we are talking about Mudvayne's to date final album.
Correct.
It is called Mudvayne.
It should be.
Self-titled. It was released on December 21st, 2009.
It's still in the countdown.
That's my birthday, y'all.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Somewhere Nardwar had to grab a notebook.
Right. Which is weird because if it says it there, I think on Spotify it said December 18th, so I didn't even think anything of it.
Which is my anniversary.
Hey!
What is happening here? Wow, geez. And then you know what? A few days after that, December 25th, Christmas.
You're right. The birth of our Savior.
Gosh.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop,
Whoop,
whoop.
for Christ.
Whoop, whoop for Christ. So
Christian juggalos unite.
So this album, yes, it was it's the final to date current studio album from Mudvayne, before they went into an 11-year hiatus, which they have since returned from. And depending on who you talk to, either this is a triumphant return or it's not.
Do you have the gossip as to why they broke up in the first place? Or the hiatus took
the hiatus. It appears that they just that Chad Gray, the lead singer, wanted to focus more on Hell Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Matt. And and it seemed like they just sort of drifted. This album was made concurrently with the previous album, The New Game. So these were all recorded at the same time. But there was no promotion for this album. There was no tour to support this album. 3 insane music videos were made for this album that I cannot wait. Let me tell you. Did notes for this album, pushed through it, finished. And I was like, all right, let me just watch these videos real quick. I'm watching these videos and I'm like, holy fucking shit. I'm like, when do we record? What is? Oh my God. So we'll get to that.
Sure.
But yeah, there isn't like a really like an official statement of like why they just stopped doing stuff for 11 years. And then, post COVID, checks went out. Hey, Mudvayne, getting back together, put the makeup back on. And they did. Now, their return, some people hyped about it. Friend of the show, and I would just say it, noted Mudvayne critic, Josh Toomey, has said that he does not get it. He doesn't get why people are hyped, and also he likes to share live footage of Mudvayne now and go, "What are we doing here? What's going on here?"
Oh, wow.
They've lost the fire, huh?
So, well, not so much that Chad Gray's voice kind of. It's time.
Gotcha.
Time comes for us all.
Certainly.
That being said, though, as this show's gone on, Matt,
your appreciation for the vein.
I think I said it recently. I was like, Mudvayne, solidly good, like consistently. Honestly, we're gonna get through this record, but it's like, I feel like it's like you as a band, you would be lucky to have a discography as good as Mudvayne's, because there's a lot of bands, even bands I like, who have like some straight up stinkers.
Yeah,
I don't think Mudvayne got any stinkers. Like Mudvayne's, what do you say, Matt? Loyal to the soil.
Loyal to the soil.
Yeah.
I would say the New Game is probably their weakest effort.
Yeah.
But LD50, we already know, great.
LD50 and
The End of Things to Come surprised me completely.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lost and Found, I thought was...
Lost and Found is really solid. The whole album didn't get in the canon, but 2 did, and it has the song, it has Determined on it, or as I like to call it, fucking Determined. Matt, play a little bit of Determined real quick.
Sure, I
Because
can
I don't know,
that
Gary,
for
you
you.
familiar with Determined?
No, I'm not.
All right.
Thanks for watching this episode of Roach Koach on YouTube. Unfortunately, we do not play the music here on YouTube because we want to avoid those sweet, sweet copyright strikes. But you can check out in the description. We have the links to the podcast itself, which includes all the clips from the music that we hear. And back to the show.
I still remember the first time hearing that song and going, these boys fucking did it here. These boys did it again.
They definitely have a level they can hit
Mhm.
with like the elite of their time.
Oh, yeah.
I've always thought that.
Yeah, for sure. So going into this one, when you picked it, I was like, yes, I'm excited. So then I had to procure myself a physical copy of this album. So I went
Unbelievable.
to the Exchange, and they had a special edition in the packaging, cardboard, and it said on it, Mudvayne. And I have the packaging here in front of me. It says Mudvayne, featuring Blacklight reactive art by Paul Booth. Blacklight included. So this is from 2009. I opened it up. Ladies and gentlemen listening at home, the blacklight still worked. Still worked.
And the blacklight looks kind of like a bullet.
Yeah.
And it's like on a keychain.
On a keychain, so you can carry it with you. So anytime you need to read any blacklight reactive
messages,
art,
yeah.
exactly. They were looking out for you. So I have it here, and indeed the liner notes are completely, I'm holding this up for the camera here, completely blank.
It looks like a white booklet.
It's a white booklet. Could be anything,
Like a
Matt.
plain
Could be
blank
anything.
CD book. It could
And
be,
then
could be
you put it,
nothing.
and then you put it on here.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is that this light's okay. And I was showing it to my son who's 8, and I said, "Look at this. You can light this up." And he goes, "Oh, you should use my pen." And of course, he's got a Blacklight pen that is actually better than
Right.
the one. And then Matt, you also pulled out. Your daughter also had
A Blacklight.
Blacklight pen.
Yeah, it's a thing right now.
Well, Mudvayne didn't account for the technology advancements in blacklights.
That's correct.
In 2009, they thought we have reached the pinnacle of blacklights with
Correct.
this little keychain. Oh, no, pal.
We've reached the pinnacle in portable blacklights.
That's right. Come 2024, our blacklights are 10 times stronger, Mudvayne. We'll see all through this booklet.
So if you go online,
I
you
don't
can-
have to go glow bowling to read the booklet anymore.
You ain't got to hit underground blacklight markets for an extra strong blacklight anymore. They make them in the gas stations.
You mean I don't
now.
have to go to that vampire disco club to read these Mudvayne liner notes?
You're
I
like,
got to hit City Club. I got to read these.
I gotta read these. I'll see you guys later. I gotta hear Warlock by Skinny Puppy.
Which nightclub has the best blacklight in town? I need to read these Mudvayne lyrics.
And then they go, well, it's actually Pump It Up, the children's jumping, inflate, bouncy castle place.
Yeah, it's the bumper bowl with the cosmic bowling.
what's that guy reading over there? Mudvayne liner notes. Guy like that comes in every couple of months.
2-3 guys will sit over there in that corner called Mudvayne Corner.
They are very into it.
It's a bowling alley. It's fine. They get their French fries. They listen to Mudvayne over there.
Always wearing Roach Koach t-shirts. I don't know what it is, and I am not going to ask.
What if your guys' letters like charged up in the black light, the Roach Koach letters on the shirt?
That's a good idea.
I
That's a good idea.
That's why I'm
Speaking of
here.
merch
We're talking about
earlier.
merch, yeah.
Hey, if I'm in the coach, I'm gonna throw out some merch ideas.
Well, we're
Step 1, blacklight related merch.
our next shirt is Poor Kids Fuck. So
Just make it blacklight letters, dude. That's all I ask.
yeah, my mom would not like that I put swear words on a shirt.
I
I
know.
can't be involved with anything like that. So.
She would interrupt a baseball game you're in if she found out about that.
100%.
We talked about that before we started recording. This album, genre tag Nu-Metal.
Love that.
Like I said, recorded at the same time as the new game. I'll just read you some quotes here. So it was produced by Dave Fortman and Jeremy Parker. Chad Gray said, "Jeremy is amazing. We've done 3 records with him. He's phenomenal. He's great. One of the initial reasons why I wanted Dave to do Lost and Found is because Dave doesn't, like a lot of producers, hear their sound crossing over into a lot of different bands. With Dave and now Jeremy, I think they allowed the band to sound like the band." I love artist quotes that don't make any sense. Listen, we were working with this one guy, and he was like, "I want your band to sound like a different band." And he's like,
No, thank you.
No, thank you. And then the guy's like, "Listen, I want the band to just sound like the band."
You have to understand, when we made this album, we wanted to return to a sound that was familiar to Mudvayne fans, but also gave Mudvayne fans something new that was also Mudvayne.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing to keep in mind is that sometimes when you're working on your new album, it just hits you. This is like the heaviest thing.
I mean,
you've
we're
ever
gonna.
done.
This is definitely going to be heavier than. It's the heaviest thing we've ever done.
heaviest thing we've ever
I
done.
think we can do,
Yeah.
but it's also very familiar in ways
it's
that
gonna-
you like.
It's going to hark you back also a little bit to our first album.
Definitely going back to that first album.
It's gonna
You know,
sound-
because we're at a stage in our careers where it's
Yeah.
like, you know, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
right?
we got to go. You know, like, you know what? We're 5 albums in. We don't want to rest on our laurels, you know? And so we definitely want to, like, go harder than we've ever gone before.
So I'd like to play Dig 2 for you. Bing, 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 bing.
It seems like music producers back then did get, like, if you got the chance to go into the room, you could just go up to them and just be like, "Guys, you are Mudvayne, and I plan to keep you that way." And then they were like, "This is the guy."
I feel like Ross Robinson's whole production model is like, I thought I was dealing with insert band name here.
Right.
Where are you?
Where are you? Yeah. Yeah. Show me.
This is also just a hilarious only metal rock band problem. Like, I don't see, like, I don't know what. It's just like, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
isn't it-
imagine, like, I don't know.
It's not like we need to know who Peter Gabriel is. Like,
I'm sitting across from BB Rexa, and I don't know who the fuck I'm looking at.
Are you Phil Collins or are you Genesis, Phil? You make the choice and start singing.
You're not behind the drums anymore, Phil. So who are you?
Take off the fingerless gloves, Phil. Start singing.
I thought I was sitting here with Kylie Minogue. I don't know who I'm sitting here with right now.
Are you Kylie? Are you Kylie?
Are you Kylie? You gonna get in that booth? You gonna tear it up? Love at first sight? Love at first sight? Get in there.
I thought I was dealing with 4 non-blondes. Sounds like a bunch of blondes to me.
I'll just ask you this. What's going on? Take that into the booth. Do something with it. Take your top hats, put them on, and start singing.
Only 10 more minutes of this.
Only. So,
Mudvayne, the album that we're supposed to talk about.
Mudvayne, yeah. So Mudvayne is here. There are 4 different versions of this album: the standard, the vinyl, the deluxe, and the super deluxe.
Which one is this?
This, I believe, is the deluxe, which comes with Blacklight reactive artwork, special Blacklight reactive packaging, an album on CD, and an LED keychain size Blacklight. That's what came with mine. This was limited to 100,000.
Oh,
So this is one of 100,000.
So obscure. So sought after. Exclusivity
Okay, now,
is key.
Matt, I know you're going to ask the question. You're going to ask how many copies this album sold.
Yeah.
I know that's where you're going with this.
100%.
And according, let's see if it's listed here. Hold on. I think I got to go. I think I have to go to Mudvayne discography. Here, hold on. Please hold, as Jenny likes to say. Okay, here we go. According to Wikipedia.org, this album has sold 90,004 copies.
Oh, no.
So
They didn't get through the...
So that may be why I was able to find this so easily at the exchange in its original packaging.
They didn't make any money till they pumped out those first 100,000.
Now, if you got the special super deluxe, which was limited to 1,000 copies, this is what you get: Blacklight reactive artwork,
Okay.
special Blacklight reactive packaging,
Got it.
album on CD,
Perfect.
album on glow in the dark vinyl.
Dang.
All right.
Now Matt is interested. Matt's whole body just moved forward. LED keychain size Blacklight,
Okay.
24-inch Blacklight.
Ooh.
So now you don't have to go to City Club.
How did these guys get approached by some Blacklight
A
companies for this
Blacklight
shit?
reactive sticker and poster.
Oh
Damn.
my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Saying Blacklight reflective is 2 good words to say in 2009 to make it sound fancy.
Yeah.
Blacklight reflective CD. Blacklight reflective, it sounds cool.
Glow in the dark vinyl. As somebody who has collected now for a while,
Right.
the worst sounding vinyl that you can buy is Blacklight vinyl because
yeah?
it's shitty. Like
They must have to make it with some sort of...
yeah, like it sounds awful.
Right. That makes
It is
sense.
pure novelty.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm buying
Not like the rest of this CD that's not novelty. Everything else
No,
is
this
serious.
all that stuff. Serious as a heart attack.
This Blacklight keychain is not novelty.
Okay, that's a world class got him, Garrett.
That's a great
Ew.
one. All right. So let's see. The cover art was design was created by tattoo artist Paul Booth. Booth commented on the art. The project has been absolutely killer to work on. The whole Blacklight concept was totally experimental and quite the challenge. So, of course, as an artist, I was drawn to it like a moth to a bug zapper. I am happy to see bands focusing more their energy on their album art, something I thought the internet had killed. There was another quote I saw on another website where basically he said that Mudvayne were incredibly brave to do this decision. But my favorite part of that quote is that he was drawn to it like a moth to a bug zapper. What's a little different there is that's like a moth to a flame.
Is a known saying.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's like, no. With this one, it's a little more industrial and also certain death.
Yeah. I thought it had a Blacklight related theme inside of that bug zapper reference too. Like a moth to a bug zapper. It's got a Blacklight kind of thing to it.
It does have like those blue tubes, the UV tubes.
All I'm asking is someone approach them about Blacklight stuff. If you're giving this shit out in hundreds of thousands, they must have had to buy it, or the label had to make a big fucking decision on this stuff to buy it.
To have been in the room when the meeting happened, where they had to parse out
Yes.
Blacklights, they had to parse that all
This
out.
is before Temu or Temu or whatever. the fuck.
Yeah, man.
You know, we couldn't get this shit by bulk. That Amazon wasn't kicking
If you don't
yet.
think Oriental Trading Company
Thank you.
exists,
Thank you. Still a hard company's name
Well,
to say.
the whole idea, you said 100,000.
That's so
100,000.
That's so many.
Like, I mean, I'm not trying to. 2009 Mudvayne being like, we're gonna. Not only are we gonna sell a lot of units of, wow.
But the fact that then they did no tour, no promotion, and then went on hiatus leads me to believe that maybe after they did it, everyone got together and were like, what did we do?
Yeah. You
Ah!
could have sold these in the fucking first show. You could have sold the rest of
You-
this would have sold the fuck out, I feel like, at their shows.
Give me the boxes. We're going on a tour.
Yes.
We're getting our money back.
Yes.
Because this is
And make it the Blacklight tour and everyone brings a Blacklight to the fucking show.
Yeah.
See what I'm thinking? I should have been there for them.
Where were you in 2009 for Mudvayne? This is another one we talk about using the old time machine. What are you going to do when you go back? We gotta manage Mudvayne's career in 09,
right,
baby.
Damn right.
You know. Also, they dropped it 4 days before Christmas. That feels like a dump.
I am so glad you say that. That was the first thing in my notes of like, again, my birthday time.
Mhm.
We're at Christmas. Ain't nobody thinking about, man, you know what would bring these holidays up a notch for me?
the new
Mudvayne. Their Christmas is fuck. Everyone's head is on Christmas, brah. Not you guys. It's wild to me.
Yeah. So
This could be a contractual obligation thing where they're just like, we're done. Put it out.
Do you think that was what Lauren, like a dump you said? Like
well,
just like a
I have a feeling that
shit this out?
since they wrote it at the same time, they wrote and recorded with the previous album. I think that there may have been some other sort of animosity or something in the band. Like I said, there's nothing ever officially on the record. It's just sort of they just went off for a while. Critically, mixed to positive reviews, according to Wikipedia. When it says mixed to positive, that means the reviews were not very good.
Yeah, we've done this enough to know.
We know this, yeah.
I was gonna say you guys would know how to read between that.
The Boston Globe said the Mudvayne's fifth studio album at times sounds clumsy. LA Times said Mudvayne has by and large returned to what it does best, or at least do frequently, on its new self-titled album.
We don't like it, but they do it a lot.
They do it all right.
Wow.
Hey, how's that new Mudvayne record? Oh, those boys are Mudvayning it up.
You know what they are? They're Mudvayne.
They're Mudvayne.
and they ain't forgot.
Phil Freeman of AllMusic gave the album a 2.5-star rating and wrote in his review, there are some surprises on the album, like a surprisingly Slash-like guitar solo on Closer and the death metal intro to the Slipknot-esque I Can't Wait, but too much of it is more of the same from the band. Spin gave the album a mixed review, said these guys once flailed like a future prog version of Slipknot, but now their doomy riff-o-rama comes equipped with mellow bellow butt rock choruses.
Oh my god!
Wow.
They said butt rock.
I honestly, the butt rock didn't hit me as much as mellow bellow.
That does suck.
that
to
guy
hear.
was knocking. Listen, when this come out, Christmas time,
Yep.
that dude was like, I gotta go. I gotta wrap some presents. I gotta knock this thing out.
Yeah.
Mellow bellow send.
That shit was written on the 23rd, right before he got off.
The album debuted at 54 on the Billboard 200, selling 34,000 copies. The next week, it peaked at 53, but dropped 59% and only sold 14,000 copies. How's that for some new metal math right there?
Yikes!
It went up, but went down. Yeah.
Whereas the new game sold 48,000 copies in the first week and more than 215,000 copies in the United States as of August 2009.
The new game.
That was the
Yes.
album before this one. Yeah.
That was released on November 18th, 2008. So a year prior,
Yeah.
they were having success.
Weird.
That's probably why they thought they could sell.
In just a year.
Just a year.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, the thing, though, is that, like, think about December of 2009. Like, I'm trying to think, like,
It's Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Nope, we're still a year out from that.
We're still a year out.
Dark Twisted Fantasy is
It's
2010.
Damn it. You're right.
No. Fall 2009 is the I'm gonna let you finish. That's when that happens. So, man,
I should.
How do you keep track of time in your life? What was Kanye doing at the time? Was he a Nazi yet? I don't remember.
Right. This came out on my birthday, and I remember more about what Kanye was doing that fall than on my own day of birth.
Okay, so yeah, we have the XX, we have Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix, we have the Ecstatic from Mos Def. Merryweather Post Pavilion is out.
I was pumping that Phoenix hard at that time.
Me too.
The Dream, Love versus Money's that year. Wow. Mastodon, Crack the Sky. Best Mastodon album.
You got to find that. Mumford & Sons, bro. You got that Mumford & Sons.
Oh, isn't 2009 Them Crooked Vultures? Isn't that year too?
Ooh, might be.
I definitely know Mudvayne had no part of the pie in 2009. I didn't think they did not have any part of the pie. So we've talked about that. I think it is the perfect time, Matt.
Okay.
To listen to the first song on this
So
album.
it's a perfect time to discuss who's in Mudvayne.
oh, you're right. We do need to say who is Mudvayne. Real quick. Mudvayne is Chad Gray on vocals.
Chud.
Greg Tribbett on guitars.
Grug.
Ryan Martini on bass.
Martini.
Matthew McDonough on drums.
The old Donagoo.
Do you want to know what their original name? What their
no,
names?
I forgot about. They have their
okay. No, you were right. You're right.
It.
Chad was Cud or Chud. Also Helvis.
Oh, I forgot
That's
Helvis.
a good
Don't
name.
forget Helvis. Greg Tribbett is also Gerg.
Gerg
is.
Ryan Martini is RDM, Rudu, Rhino.
Rhino, that's right.
And also, this seems like some Wikipedia graffiti. Berberdang.
That's some graffiti.
I don't know.
Right, I gotta go in there. Yeah, no one calls him that. And Matthew McDonough was Spug.
Spug.
And Spag. Spug
All
and
right.
Spag.
I'm ready now.
Matt is ready now to play us the first song, Beautiful and Strange.
Y'all like beautiful shit? Who likes strange shit?
Oh, I definitely like some strange shit.
Well, this song is called Beautiful and Strange. No, keep waiting for it.
There's wind.
Oh yeah, I hope you like intros. This album's got a shit ton of them.
Oh yeah, they love them.
Look, I know you all love hospital gurneys. So I have at least 40 seconds of flies buzzing. And
Wind tunnel.
Once again, this is beautiful and strange. Little back masking. Yeah. Buy the glow-in-the-dark vinyl. You can hear what we were saying. Oh my god,
Matt.
Oh my god. Oh my
Matt.
god. Wow.
Wow.
I don't understand because that guitar at the beginning rocks to me.
Killer.
But I would have just faded that with that weird warehouse gurney music or gurney noises.
Yeah.
Why can't that just
Yeah. That's a classic.
Why can't we just hear that in the fucking background and build us into that?
That's a classic
why?
metal move.
Right. It's like old Metallica or some shit.
That hit me very speed metal-y.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know you do, but fuck, man, blend it.
It's funny, we were condemning Axl Rose recently for his long ass intros that teased and teased and teased. And now it's in the opposite end where it's just like, how about just like a bunch of shit for 55 seconds and then the song just starts.
Right.
I will say once it starts, we're riffing we're
hard.
chugging.
Yep.
Time signatures, they're changing.
Mm-hmm.
The bass is clunking here, feels extremely Nu-Metal. I appreciated it. At the same time, 2009, it's very interesting that they were like, we're leaning in hard.
Yeah.
Like 2009,
Sure.
we're not.
We're going for it.
It goes Tooltown at one point, which of course it is. I put this as a fairly hot open because I didn't think Mudvayne, they're not phoning it in. Matt, I won't even send you to 335 where a chain scene occurs.
Thank
but
you.
I just want you to know that it's there.
Of course.
So, once you get past the intro and then, 3 listens on this thing, at a certain point, I'm just like, oh yeah, this song just has like a fucking long ass intro. But once it goes in, I have to kind of agree with that critic. Like, Mudvayne are doing Mudvayne,
Yeah,
and they're doing a lot of it.
Yep.
So yeah, Garrett, how'd you feel about this one?
I liked it. The guitar is fucking awesome. I do like that the first song is them doing the thing of like, we are Mudvayne. Here
Yeah.
the fuck it comes, baby. And you can tell that they are an upper echelon group of musicians. I've come on the show a few times, and it's weird. It's like, you guys know more about music than I do, but there's something everyone's ears can sense about. There's just more of a fullness with this group than the other ones I've listened to. And I don't know if that comes from the musicianship or the producers, or if it's a mixture of both, of like, they're just better at playing the songs, bro. Like, they're better at, I don't know, but you can hear in this guitar, I'm like, this motherfucker can go.
Oh, well, Mudvayne, I mean, it's, I think, common knowledge, like virtuosos. Those
Yeah.
guys are like...
Ryan Martini is easily one of the best bassists I've ever seen play.
And it jumps out. You can,
Yeah.
they can't hide that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just playing at a pace that you're like, fucking, hey. It feels easy to them. Like,
I'd agree.
Yeah. Matt, did you have any feeling about the fact that the first two lyrics of the song are, I've got a split-in headache to aspirin for the pain? Like, right away, I was just like, that's how you start a fucking nu metal album, baby.
Yeah, I was incensed. I hate these lyrics.
Matt, if these lyrics, I'm just saying, if these lyrics make you mad, your body's going to be liquefied by the end of this album.
This is the first one coming on the show. I didn't want to read the lyrics because I read them on like the first or couple, and it takes the song sounds instantly fucking dumb to me when I read them. Like, read along and hear it, and I'm like, no, because it sounds tougher than what they're actually saying. Your headache hurts.
Right. That's the thing.
Your
Is like,
headache.
I am a lyrics guy.
Sure.
Until I'm not.
Sure.
Like, there are some songs that it's like, I don't give a shit what they're saying. I am so punched in on the clock. I'm there. This took a literal eternity to get to. And then it drops, and it's the hardest shit I've heard in a while. And I'm all in, and he's doing the thing. And then he drops into butt rock. It's like, yeah. Like, he gives me a yarl. So beautiful and strange. I'm like, I hate this. I don't like where this is going. I like they're in the studio, they're doing it, they did the damn thing, but it is not my thing.
Well, it definitely feels like also definitely from Lost and Found, but also he's doing the hell yeah stuff. Yeah. The butt's gonna seep through.
Yeah.
The butt's gonna seep through.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Matt. Songmeanings.com. We got a couple of weirdo jokers in here.
Can't wait.
Funeral Dancer,
of course,
shows up on a lot of these.
Me, I'm dancing at your funeral.
Funeral dancer.
And all of their comments are downvoted, some multiple times, because they're clearly just having a laugh, you guys. But I was shocked. These are all from like December 23rd, 2009. So this person's like wrapping gifts, and they're like, "Hold on,
wait,
I got to do bits on song meanings."
Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, but today I go in on Mudvayne.
So I don't, because some of these are absurd, some are funny, some I just skipped entirely. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit. So this is what Funeral Dancer said, downvoted twice. The song is about a guy who was obsessed with actress Vicki Lawrence. He was attracted to her until she played Mama on the sitcom Mama's Family.
You could have said anyone's name there, and I was not expecting Vicki Lawrence.
Vicki Lawrence, and I got to tell you, Mama's Family, that's like the worst show that's ever existed.
It's not good.
I remember it would run. We were talking right before we started.
Channel 20.
Channel 20 would run
Sundays.
it, and it was something like you would have it on because there was nothing else on,
Of course.
And I was like, "Who is this for? What is?" Because I knew right away. I'm like, "This lady's not an old lady."
Right.
Like what's the bit here? Like what's happening here? Like what is going on? Very brutal.
Now you know the history of Mama's Family, right?
I know that it's from the Carol Burnett show.
Right.
Right.
So like it used to be just a sketch, and it's kind of like, what if we made Coneheads a sitcom?
They made a movie.
I will say that through my life, Carol Burnett is. I've only known Carol Burnett as a woman who is given awards and is cited in acceptance speeches at the Emmys.
Yes.
They bring her out a lot so she can grab her ear. I have never actually seen her do anything funny. I'm not saying that she isn't funny. I'm just saying that my only exposure to her is being told that other people saw stuff she did.
For sure.
And so then when I found out Mama's Family was attributed to
The
Carol
Carol
Burnett show, I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's just not. It's clearly not for me. Clearly not for me.
Why do they? I mean, do you think they went with Vicki Lawrence just as this is a joke, right? Like they just tried to think of the funniest
100%.
person they could.
100%.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a good. It's a good reference.
It's a good get.
Beautiful and strange.
Vicki looks exactly like Carol, which was so odd to me.
Mm.
They look like they are
Yeah.
fucking twin sisters to me, and I'm like, why did this happen on this show? Why did you have two women look the exact same?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember being a kid and Vicki Lawrence got a talk show.
Yes, she
And
did.
I remember
She did.
seeing it when I'd be like homesick from school
Hell
and stuff
yeah.
like that. And it was always really weird to me because it was very clear, like even as a kid, I was like, this is C tier. Like this isn't like top tier is like your Johnny Carsons,
Yep.
your David
Mhm.
Lettermans.
Yep.
But even also like say like a Sally Jessica
Donahue
Raphael,
is a
Donahue.
Where's
solid.
Jesse Jones on in your head?
Jesse Jones.
Or, I mean Jenny Jones. I'm
Jenny
sorry.
Jones. Jenny Jones ultimately, I don't know, kind of marked by the whole tragedy thing.
Yeah.
You know, once
But
you,
like
when-
levels of tiers, where do you think she landed in all those? Because it didn't seem A.
I'd say
I had a
she's-
huge crush on her, so I used to watch all the
Oh,
time. But I'm like,
okay.
she was probably B.
I would say like B to C. I don't
What's
know.
Ricky
like,
Lake?
C.
C.
Okay.
Ricky Lake's firmly C.
I just want these all sorted out before
Maury's
we
a
move on.
B.
Maury's a B. What's Jerry Springer? A?
Jerry Springer is both an A and an F at the exact same
Of course,
time.
it's
Yeah.
trash, but we all loved it the most.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Jerry
that makes
Springer's
sense.
top. I would say sneaking in B minus B is Richard Bay. Richard Bay, he got a lot of talk soup play.
Okay. Where's Montel Williams?
Montel Williams is super boring. He's a D. Sorry, Montel
Sorry,
Williams.
Montel.
Montel Williams.
Montel.
Anytime, like, because where I was going with the Vicki Lawrence thing is, I remember Vicki Lawrence. You could definitely tell that her show was like, we got to get people to watch this motherfucker. And
Yeah.
early on, she would show stuff that I was like, I'm only watching this because like my grandma's watching or something.
sure.
And then she did an episode where they just had like a bunch of like Playboy playmates who were in college. Like that was like a panel. So there were like 10 of them. And I remember like my grandmother having it on, and I'm like, what is this right now? This is so weird. And they're like talking about it, but not talking about the
Yeah.
fact it. And then every now and again, Vicki Lawrence would make like a little joke. She'd like, they're in college. They're just nude. And I was like, man, this is some real, like, yeah, even as a kid going, C tier shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Montel Williams, very boring. So he's a D.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell, peak at Rosie O'Donnell was an A.
Okay, I
She
agree.
was an A. Like, yeah, to her run.
She
had a-
was dominating.
Lion King on Broadway is like peak.
Yes.
First Lion King appearing on Broadway for the first time is peak Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah. Okay.
She's shooting cooch.
Shooting
Well,
cooshes.
and then the lead up to the Tom Cruise.
You boys want to go out and shoot some goosh?
Shoot some goosh. No, Rosie O'Donnell in the lead up to the Tom Cruise visit.
Yeah.
That's huge.
She was friends with Madonna. That was cool.
That was big. Yeah. And then I would say A+ is Oprah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, duh. Yeah, the queen.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Bend
I
the
watched
knee.
I watched a ton of like the last season of Oprah, like right before she went off. And I remember I said to Rachel, I was like, how was Oprah today? And she's like, what the fuck?
No, I hear
And
you.
I was like, no, like I remember saying like, Oprah, really good interviewer. And she's like, no shit. And I was like, well, I'm noticing.
She was the only one that could get Michael Jordan, so I would say she's the A because Michael's not going on Jenny Jones.
no,
I don't give a fuck if
right.
it's on WGN or not.
no.
It's not happening.
No, yeah. So
She was huge. Yeah,
have
you're
we
right.
have we ranked everybody? Is that everybody?
I think so. That's the
That's
most I
enough.
have in my.
I mean, Morton Downey Jr.
Morton Downey Jr. Yeah. Oh, and then also, I mean, not exactly the same, but like Howard Stern also an A.
I was pissed at Jenny Jones because Conan was supposed to come on at 12:30, and they would just rerun Jenny Jones at 12:30
At night?
at night here.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Yeah,
I would watch her in the daytime.
Yes.
No, they run her show because Conan, when he came out, wasn't successful, so they bumped him to 1:30.
I remember that.
Here, and so yeah, they would run Jenny Jones from 12:30. So yeah,
See, that's that age. You guys were old enough to
Yeah.
stay up, and I wasn't for early Conan. Like I was still like little kid. Have to go
This-
to
Oh,
bed.
I wasn't. I
Matt-
wasn't old enough to stay up till 1:30. So.
you have unlocked something. I was trying to remember how I was able to watch Letterman, Leno, Craig Kilborn, and Conan, and it's because Kilborn was on at 12:30 and Conan wasn't on until 1:30.
Yep.
I had that window.
Mm.
That's how.
Yep.
That's how.
Thank you.
I'm here to help. Next
Thank you.
song.
Let's do it. It's called shit.
Is it Scream with?
Is it? Hold
thou-
on. Hold on. Everyone get your Blacklight pens out. It is
1,000-mile
a
journey.
1,000-mile journey.
There it is.
If they don't say begins
Matt,
with a single step,
Matt,
I'm fucking leaving.
Matt, you're gonna be safe and sound.
Yep, you're fine.
I fucking. Oh my god.
Matt.
Why?
Matt. Chad Gray. Some call him Cud. Some call him Chad. I call him Chad because I'm respectful.
Right.
He loves the cliche. He loves the cliche. I don't know if he has any children, but he might love a cliche more than he loves his children. I don't know. I'm just saying that when I saw this song was called 1,000-Mile Journey, I was like, I have a feeling. And on my first listen, I gave this a dinner listen. I put it on the stereo and listen to this while eating dinner. And you never put this on? Like, you'd sit all your Maggie and the kids down and then put on some Mudvayne? No?
Chill out to this
Yeah.
one.
You should one day just for shits and giggles, just put on something heavy and don't say a thing about it while everyone's milling about.
That's actually a great bit.
I think it'd be a good one.
That would
just
be.
put on. Listen, when I was growing up, my dad would put on music all the time, and he checked with no one before he put it on. So we were eating dinner to like 1984 by Van Halen, and that was just how it went.
That
you
would
know,
kind of be the Mudvayne of the 80s.
The Mudvayne
maybe.
of
You
the
know what I
80s,
mean? Like,
yeah.
that shit was hard.
that was pretty
Oh, yeah.
hard. Yeah. When the Journey of 1,000 Miles happened, I was cutting into
my
some
God,
food, and I was like,
Furious.
he did it.
He
And
said
I
it.
and then immediately, because we've been doing the show so long, Matt,
Right.
I hear it and I go, Matt's gonna fucking hate this. But I
Oh,
smiled.
you're
when I said
correct.
it. Oh yeah. I like the crunchy riffs. This feels slightly Pantera-y in a good way. I hear in it.
Okay.
But not in the lyrics. Because Phil Anselmo, would not do this.
Never.
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do this to you.
Can he bark these words? Then maybe.
Yeah. So I was into this one just because I think I'm on the ride and I'm fine with it. But if you have a problem with very dusty old cliches being dusted off and served to you this
Yeah.
style, it's gonna be a problem, Matt.
And it is. The musicianship top tier, production top tier. They sound phenomenal.
You could say, you know what? Unlike some other bands who get forced to sound like other bands, in this case, it sounds like the producer says, "You guys sound like Mudvayne.
Yeah.
Sound like Mudvayne."
That seems accurate.
You're here, boys. You're here.
There's not a different band in the room.
No,
It's Mudvayne in the room.
that's right.
Mudvayne's in the room.
Yeah.
The journey of 1,000 miles.
This is when I stopped listening stopped reading the lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, I know it. It was at me when he goes, burying the bones. I was like, Barrett, shut up.
Oh, let's just grab this plug that goes straight to my brain and yank that out and throw that to this. Won't be needing that for this listen. Yep.
There is also an acoustic section of this song at 205.
I'm sure there is.
They're showing their versatility.
Yeah.
Garrett, how'd you feel about this one?
It was okay. I thought that riff at the beginning was good and stuff. And then, this one felt butt rocky as hell to me.
Yes.
And when I was singing like a
Yarlin'.
Yarlin' as hell. Yeah. He was yarling up a storm, dude. Yeah, I always say that. I think I've said this before. If Matt Noss can sing your songs as a joke, this is a bad song.
Oh, wow.
Like, you know what I mean, Matt?
Uh-oh.
Is you can always do those like, rah, you can like do them. And I'm like, well, he just did it better than you joking around at his table right here.
Oh,
so
no,
like,
we're in trouble.
So, every time I hear, I'm like, Matt could make fun of this song right now acoustically.
Yeah, I'll find a way.
Right? So yeah, the fucking they're on them instruments, baby. They
Oh,
can
yeah.
go on those things.
For
But,
sure.
Yeah, the song needs better shit in it though.
Yep. And I think a lot of that to me says we wrote 2 albums at the same time. Because it's like, write a great song, Garrett. Okay.
Right.
That takes a lot of effort and now it's, hey, write 20 songs.
Yeah.
Right now it's like, oh, okay, the sky is bright and
Right.
then it's night and I'm all right.
And they don't have the luxury to just be like, you guys did good on this like melody. This shit's awesome. I just don't have any lyrics yet. Whoever writes those is like, hey, those will come, I guess. But they don't seem to have months of time for that.
Also, keep in mind, this was written at the same time as the other album.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
wild.
It's
Yeah.
like 20.
Yes.
It's like
That's so much.
Even if it's not the intent, there's going to be that one that is like, okay, well, that can go on this one. We'll figure it out for the next one that we're going to record in 2 days.
Right.
Like,
That's nuts, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. Songmeanings.com.
use your illusion 1 and 2.
Songmeanings.com. Sim King, June 12, 2010, said, "It's my favorite song on the new album, not only for the music, but only for the lyrics now." Smiley face.
Oh, no.
I love to jam out with Vicky Lawrence playing in the background.
I also think it's about struggling with life and about the importance of perseverance. There also seems to be something in it about someone else domineering over you. Subdom relationship?
Interesting.
Interesting. Okay. I think this person's name is Giant475. Says, "It's butterflies' wings can start tornadoes. Don't you know it's a reference to the butterfly effect? Where they say taking the wings off a butterfly can cause a tornado across the world." And I was like, that's not what the butterfly effect means.
No.
Taking the wings off a butterfly is not the butterfly effect.
That is not at all.
I love how what's the butterfly effect? Killing a fucking butterfly.
Look, when somebody explained the butterfly effect to me, we were in a wind tunnel.
Right. I think he's describing the circle of life
Maybe,
more than the
maybe.
butterfly effect.
And then Funeral Dancer showed back up again. This was also downvoted. This song is about the lead singer when he was running back in college and how hard it was to have a 1,000-yard running season.
Okay, that person is funny as fuck. That's too funny in a row.
I would have upvoted that one.
Yeah,
I
well,
would not have
come on,
okay.
people.
And I know some people listening right now, like, when are you going to talk about the music videos? Listen, we're going to get through the songs that all have music videos, and then I'm going to tell Matt and Garrett about the music videos, and then I'm going to drive them to the hospital. Okay, so don't worry. Okay. All right.
All right.
We've allocated hospital time.
All right. We go into the next one.
Next
then?
one, Matt.
All right. It's Scream with Me.
This one's for the cheap seats, you guys. This is for there are guys and ladies who heard this song and they were like, fuck, man, this is my life. This is what I'm going through. This is hitting you. Guy in the last row, he had a couple bucks in his pocket, enough to get to the Mudvayne show, see it from the back, feeling it. Guy in the front row, he's got Mudvayne tattooed on his chest like Thug Life. He's there. They're all feeling this. I'm referencing so many things we talked about before we started recording. And so I know what you're thinking, Matt. And that is that the crack of the butt on this song is
Fully.
tremendous.
Yeah, fully.
But I respect it. Men of the people. Mudvayne, men of the people. That's how I felt.
Clapping
about
them
this song.
cheeks.
Clapping them cheeks. And also he got a little bit more creative here. Okay. Because he says, ever feel like dying, ever feel alone? Ever feel like crying? Lost child in a store. And I was like, gonna be honest, haven't heard that one before.
Okay, I thought
one.
it was Storm,
No, lost child in a store.
which is stupider. That's stupid compared to Storm.
No, but when a lost child in a storm, I mean, that's
Sounds more sinister to me than store. What is the fucking? We're talking about Kmart.
But I mean, yeah, basically. But I mean, I'd say like a lost child in a store is a more like a lost child in a storm. I mean, maybe in like a movie. But we're trying to relate in like a very like lost child in the store, thinking about you as a child getting lost from your parents in the store, evoking that.
I've
same
had that
feeling.
experience. It is terrifying.
Terrifying.
All right, that's
Terrifying.
fine. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But I'm also, I like thematically, I like Storm better.
That's all I'm saying. My head would have went with Storm.
Well, here's the thing, though. Okay, we get lost.
Not Target.
What would it
When you're lost in Costco and you can't find your dad at Home Depot, it's like, I'm not that scared.
Well, think you might ever feel like pushing, shoving you away. Ever feel like breaking down, funeral in the rain. So there's your precipitation that you can want. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I got that. Okay.
All
Have you
right.
ever been to a friend's house and the food just ain't no good?
I'm satisfied now with
Yeah.
with this. Okay.
You ever been in a drive-through? Person in front of you can't make a decision. Yeah. So I enjoyed. When he said "lost child in a store," I said that felt in a weird way like a very vivid thing to pick out. That I just don't normally see evoked.
I know what you mean now.
Yeah. So I appreciated that. Very butt though.
Way butt.
Way butt.
Way butt. This song.
Yes.
When people say, "Oh, I like rock and roll," and use the words "rock and roll" like in a full sentence, this is what they are talking about.
Amen, dude.
I like rock and roll.
Right.
Okay, well, let me play a song you're gonna love.
Right.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
When your uncles who love rock and roll want like a new cool song, you could show them that one to be like,
Right.
I like Mudvayne then if this is what they sound like.
Right.
Hell yeah.
And I think that is where I'm starting to have a big emotional reaction, is because I don't feel like Mudvayne's in the room.
Sure.
I feel like the musicianship of Mudvayne's in the, like, they are playing the fucking shit out of these instruments.
Right.
But it's like not. Obviously, they're never going to make another dig. But like having gone through all the other albums, it's like, okay, this does not even feel experimental. This doesn't feel like weirdos from another planet. This just kind of feels like, oh, this is our rock record. Which, if I put that hat on, I think this is the rock record. Yeah, making 100,000. Like, this is gonna fucking murder. This is a stadium killer.
Sure.
You are a 1 million. You are so right, Lorin. Like, this is for the cheap seats in the back. This is a huge swing for this. This modern rock radio is gonna love this.
Sure.
Right.
This goes right next to Fuel. This goes right next to that.
I hear you, Matt, with that, but my one note was on the song, and I think you write a song called Scream With Me, but there's no part in the song where everyone just gets to scream with them. I would have put a part in this where if this is like a stadium rock song, at the end of this, it's like, and now we're gonna, and maybe everyone ends with I know it sounds corny, but this fucking Blacklight is corny too.
No, I know what you mean though. Yeah, like
something in the song maybe
Yeah.
where everyone gets to literally scream might have been cool.
yeah, no. And what's funny is that he doesn't actually scream, but he does scream on the album because there is a
Right.
scream that's coming up.
It always
Right.
with
Yeah.
that scream. Yeah.
Yeah. So that isn't a weird decision for sure.
Thought that would have been cool.
Yeah. Songmeanings.com.
I always thought that was pretty cool.
Pretty
That was
cool.
pretty cool.
Songmeanings.com. This person's name, I believe, is Sepro, said this song is about letting all your anger out by screaming, I'm thinking, or singing. He is saying that if you're feeling like you have a body full of empty, parentheses, nothing, and you have rage on your mind or you're angry, just sing and it will help. Okay. Funeral Dancer.
Coming
Here
in.
we go.
This song is about how when you go out, you can't go out there and expect not to get touched and lose your soul. It's like non-violent because that's what it is. It's the music. Guitar Guru responded and said, "What are you exactly trying to say, Funeral Dancer?" Okay. Oh, I gotta tell you the dates on this.
Yeah,
so
please.
the first Funeral Dancer comments from December 23rd, 2009.
Yep. Prepping for Christmas.
Guitar Guru commented on December 25th, 2009. Christmas Day. Guitar Guru, and I want to say Guru is spelled Gooroo.
So let me say, Gooroo.
He got that guru.
Guru.
He's gooey, dude.
Sorry, I'm just checking my nose for blood. Holy shit! So you're meaning he woke up Christmas morning, opened up his package.
He definitely got this for Christmas.
Said,
100%.
fuck you, Grandma. I'll be in my room.
He was then like, I gotta go on Songmeaning and see what people are saying about
What are people saying about the vein?
what was saying about the vein. And they go in, they see what Funeral Dancer has posted 2 days before, and they're like,
No,
unfucking believable.
not today.
So they leave that comment. Credit to Funeral Dancer. They were not on their computer on Christmas. Funeral Dancer had priorities.
Right.
They're like,
Family.
I'm a troll day before,
But I am a family man.
but I'm a family man. December 29th, they came back. It says, and they attempted to, I'm just going to read it. You know, when you're out there sometimes, you're going to get contact, whether it's violent or sexual. It's what you can expect because it's the music. That music gets in your soul. They did not clear anything up.
No, that's
Nothing was
that's
cleared
what
even
the
up.
more
fuck are
con-
you saying?
Makes no sense. So I was like, I don't know what's going on with Funeral Dancer. Initially, I was like, they're doing bits. They're coming up with some funny stuff here.
Yeah, the last one seemed very self-aware.
Yeah.
It seems stupid.
This one, I don't. So I'm like, funeral dancer.
I know what this is.
What is
this?
it?
This is that trolling of I'm going to be an intellectual.
Oh, maybe. Going
Yeah.
with that and just
Yeah.
making it purposely sound annoying
Yeah.
and confusing. That could be it.
Yep.
Archival 68 commented on October 9th, 2010, and they said, to me, the song seems about when you're really pissed off at someone/something, but you know you can't physically confront the issue, not without some massive negative repercussion at least. So you just stand there in the corner of your mind screaming. Probably makes more sense to do this if you're already under a lot of stress. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
This is another one that has a music video. We will get to these music videos. And I just want to stress, the music videos have nothing to do with any of the songs.
Great. Good.
Perfect.
So, yeah. All right.
right.
Matt, what we got next?
Oh, it's a cover. It's Closer.
I just want to let you guys know that my watch is telling me that I'm closing rings just listening to this album and bopping around. So, Matt, we're riffing. We have
Yep.
drums. We have the lyric, fed like a pig off the shit in the dish, shrouded in burlap, left for dead in the ditch. Another song about fucking losing it.
Yeah, buddy.
And yet, the chorus sounds like it could be a Burger King jingle.
Just let us make it your way.
We're getting closer all the time to making it just right for you.
That sounded legit good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Burger King. Hit me up.
No onion said no pickles.
Did you want another patty?
We can make it a double if you want to.
Yeah, it just seems like they had no time to go back in there and be like, we have to stop with the simple bullshit. Like,
Yeah, it just feels like first draft, best draft.
yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we've said that before when I've come on. It's like
Yeah.
first draft, best draft with a lot of
Let's
these.
go.
Yeah.
We're not going with it because it's good. We're going with because you wrote it.
Because it
Yeah.
was today and we had to do it today.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
I want to say I still thought the song kind of ripped.
Song is
Yeah.
so far my favorite that
Yeah.
we've heard.
I want you to hear two sections, Matt.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? Just start it at 155 and let it roll.
Okay, buddy. Your wish, my command.
Thank you. Garrett, you didn't want to look up the lyrics to know that he was citing the Three Little Pigs, but the Nu-Metal version, because in this version, he's going to beat and he's going to pound and he's going to bash your fucking brains in.
I wrote one note for this song. I love that he says little pigs. That's all I wrote. It's just like, sweet.
Awesome.
Little pigs, chinny chin chin.
It's all the tropes, everything that you love.
I love it, dude.
It's all there. It's all there. Songmeanings.com only had one comment of note. It's from Big Earl, who said, sounds to me like the classic story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Your
Don't-
favorite.
Don't worry, these are all misspelled. He thinks he's making positive strides, but yet he's telling himself what he's doing is just dragging him further down. That is not the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I am asking anyone on songmeanings.com to actually read it. So, actually, I think it's,
that story, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where the guy goes to space and his body gets abducted by aliens?
well, no, I believe it wasn't Song Meanings last time. It was Head PE
Right.
that kept saying like Dr.
Dr.
Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And I was like, okay, but what are we doing with that?
Who's the Mr. Hyde? If Dr. Jekyll is like, I want to fuck you, and Mr. Hyde is, I just want to fuck you harder. We don't have any dichotomy.
There's nothing there. You need to have a difference. Dr. Jekyll, nice. Mr. Hyde,
Not
mean.
nice.
Not nice. He's mean. Also, let's point it out. Mr. Hyde, not an accredited by a medical institution.
No.
All right, cannot perform any of the things that Dr. Jekyll can. That's the thing. If you have Dr. Jekyll as your doctor,
Yeah.
and you go to him, and you're like, "Oh, I am Doc, I'm just so stressed right now.
Yeah.
And I just now
have you tried fucking?
yeah. Now the problem is now that he is fully Mr. Hyde,
Right.
he cannot write me a prescription until he changes back. So then
right.
you have to go wait in the lobby, and the receptionist, that is the most tired receptionist.
hates it.
She hates. She's just like,
She just sends 4 appointments home.
Yeah. What are you doing here? He's Mr. Hyde right now. Oh, all right.
all right, and you just hear him just
I'm
smashing
only here
everything. in
because
there.
Dr. Jekyll is the best doctor.
Yeah. Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's the best specialist, and I really need a great specialist for this.
Yeah. So
I don't know when he'll be back.
I don't know. He's just.
Do you have someone he can murder? Usually that
calms him down.
Usually murder calms him right down.
All right, Matt.
Can he murder an animal? I guess.
Yeah,
Do you have any like little pigs he can bash their fucking brains in real quick?
just real quick.
All right, buddy.
All right, Matt. I'm excited for this one. This was the final single, and then we're gonna dive into these videos.
Okay.
It's called "Heard It All Before."
Can't wait.
This is a song that if it got out of its own fucking way,
It would be
be
great.
the all-timer.
I hear you there.
It takes forever to get going.
Yep.
And then it takes too long to get to this chorus, which crushes. Yeah, this is one time machine. Hear me out, guys. We all get in the time machine. We all get in the
Sure.
DeLorean.
Again.
We drive back. We're like, hey,
Not changing anything.
nothing else to
historical.
talk about. We go back. I'd say we got to go back to 2008 because that's when
Probably
we made
2007.
Okay, Matt's. Oh wow, Matt's thinking. We get there and we go. All right, guys, we got to talk about Blacklights. And we also got to talk about the song "Heard It All Before."
Yeah.
There's
Well,
got to be a tighter way.
We need to talk to you about doing 2 albums at the same time.
Right.
Yeah,
Don't
Don't do it.
do not.
take the best stuff and use those, and then the other ones throw them away.
Yeah.
Right.
And when they're
Get
like,
on it.
well, on this one we have like a minute 18 of like just kind of wind noise again. We could have just been there to be like, how about 18 seconds of that, and then
Yeah.
we get into it.
Yeah. A
2.5 minutes before that fucking badass chorus hits. You're idiots, man.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
And the reason why is because this album isn't set up to be a prog rock masterpiece. The second album, if they would have done that, I would have bought it hook, line, and sinker because the feeling of that album is that. Instead, this one feels like giant stadium swings, boot stomping fist pumpers, followed by absolute chaos. Like, what is happening in this song is good. It is clearly walk at points, but steal from the fucking best.
No shit.
yeah,
Do it.
Yeah.
We don't need a minute plus of noodling and jamming. Do that live
Yeah.
if you
Right,
want
yeah.
to give you give yourself a break. But I'm very confused by this record. And I feel like if I was a hardcore Mudvayne fan, I'd be like,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing? Like,
That's a good comparison because I was like, yeah, this does feel like a song, and you just said walk,
yep.
which that song that's a perfect example of. You're right. It's compared to that song to me. Like they sound similar, and walk. It's it starts. They give you maybe 5 seconds of chunk, and then it's like here it comes. This song, same thing. Too much fat.
Way
Let's
too much.
Go, dude.
way too much.
And then when it does lock into that chorus, it's in a different time signature.
Yes.
And it's like, I respect the chorus for what it is, but it's also like, okay, you haven't done the weird time signature thing too many times in this record. And now it feels like I have 3 different songs. It's like, you're not Wings. You know, like, this isn't fucking Band on the Run. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing.
Songmeanings.com. We'll start with this. This is actually very important. Yerk86 pointed out that there is a 17-second scream on the song.
Oh, yeah. But by the way, Chud's voice on this is top. This is top tier.
Yeah.
It fucking sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So this
I have no problem with the musicianship of this album.
No.
Or his voice or any.
Yeah, they don't fail at that.
No,
No.
it's just how it's all put together. To your point, the production and how it's like stitched together. It's like another draft.
Right.
Rewrite it. Make it tighter.
This had a 17-second scream on it,
Yes. Matt, if you go to 4:45.
but there's this. Yeah, play it.
4:45. Here we go. get ready for the next 14 seconds of your life to be the best 14 seconds of your life. Love that.
I am the least. I can't stand screaming like music and stuff like that. Never been a fan. That actually sounded good. They put something behind it. His scream is powerful. But you had a song called Scream with us. So again, now when you said that, I got offended. I was like, these motherfuckers got a 17-minute scream a track later than the song called Scream with Us or whatever the fuck. Wake up, guys. Why on this one?
Where should we put our long scream? Hey guys, what song?
Got a song with Scream with Us. What do you guys think?
No? I feel it's too obvious for us here in Mudvayne.
You know, when it comes to screams, I've heard it all before.
There ain't a decimal you can get me to that I ain't heard.
If this album was like the all-time selling, you know that it would be later. That documentary comes out, and I was in the booth with them guys, and I said, you know, when it comes to screams, I heard it all before. And they were like, wait, what?
What? What did he just fucking say? Oh my God.
You know, I was sitting at the bar and I was drinking with my friends.
What were you drinking?
I was drinking tequila.
There you go. Drinking it straight.
Just drinking straight tequila.
Yeah. He said, I don't need no cups anymore. Give me that bottle.
They do that at bars for
Oh,
people.
yeah.
If you don't want a cup, they won't give it to you.
If you go into a bar and you tell them, just give me the bottle, they'll just give it to you.
They will. They'll put it on your tab.
Just put it on your tab.
It's a shit ton of money, but who gives a fuck?
They don't care because you're going fucking through it. You're going fucking through it. Give me the bottle.
No one asks unless they really fucking
they need it. Oh,
the
this
bottle.
guy. Hey, did you give that guy the bottle? Yeah, he's just going through
You think it gets asked every day, pal? It fucking does it. Look at his eyes.
I love how my bit has turned into a full other bit.
I know. What are we doing?
What are you drinking tequila? Okay, well, I'm going to have a conversation with Garrett real quick.
I don't know where we were talking about Mudvayne 2 seconds ago.
We really were talking about the
We
band.
were, but then you said you're going to do the whole bottle.
Yeah, well, but all I was trying to say.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Come on back in, Matt. Come on
back
back in.
Back in.
I'm going to drink
He's going to need the bottle now.
Him the
I
bottle.
was going to drink the whole bottle, and that's when I knew that I really dug it. And I was like, dig, that's it.
That's it. All right, so a lot to tell you guys about. First, songmeanings.com, Funeral Dancer. This one's pretty good. I think they're back with this one. This song is about building character and being a failure in no one's eyes. The Chamazon guitars are epic, and all the pre-production is Jolorundus. To which Key to No Gain said, do you make up words for literally every comment? And this was one where I was like, oh shit, they're back. All right. They had a flop one on the last one.
Right.
But they're back because I was like, I read the beginning and I was like, I mean, this sounds pretty normal. And then they're like, the Chamazon guitars and the Jolorundus. I'm like, they're fucking on one here.
They are. Had a new bit. I like it.
All right. So this was the third and final single for the album, or at least the third song to get a music video. The music videos for this album are a trilogy. They are not labeled. They say part Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, but I watched them in order of release, and I believe it's Act 2, Act 1, Act 3, or something. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
I am going to read you my notes. I'm going to read you what happens.
We're going to stop the show. We're going to watch all of them.
Well, no, we can't, because then we'll be in a watch list. And you're going to find out why. So, okay, so the first video is Scream With Me. This is what happens.
Okay.
A built, nearly nude man has what appear to be insect wings growing out of his back.
Right.
He's in some kind of dark netherworld. He sees another fairy-like being fly by him. He appears very tormented. Okay. He's greeted by a man in a white cloak and a hood whose face sometimes resembles a skull with rotting teeth. The cloaked man rips out the other man's wings. The man rises and screams in the cloaked man's face, causing the entire world to crumble around him, burying him alive and apparently killing the cloaked man. The camera pans in the dirt from the wingless man who is all buried alive to a woman who is also buried. To be continued. All right.
In Act 1.
So I watched that and I'm like, okay, all right. Mudvayne, not in any of these videos. So then,
What, hold on. Can I ask you one question?
yeah, okay.
How'd the budget feel? Like big? Nice? Was it well done?
I would say budget was mid to low, but they had a good team.
Okay.
They were good, a good team. It didn't feel. I've definitely seen worse from Mudvayne. Mudvayne have made some super.
That last one had probably one of the worst videos.
Oh, all
yeah,
right,
yeah,
interesting.
super awful videos. So then the sequel is the Scream With Me video. Or I'm sorry, the sequel is the Beautiful and Strange music video. Wingless guy wakes up buried alive. He realizes, so he does the Kill Bill coffin move and punches his way out of the grave. To find that he is indeed in a graveyard, completely nude, and he is ripped. This dude is fucking built.
You see dick? You see hog?
Hold on.
Oh, no.
He immediately starts digging up the grave next to him to reveal a dead hottie.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
is
my favorite kind of.
You guys,
see dead tits?
guys, hold on.
Hell
Everyone is very pale. He goes into the grave and he gives her a kiss and she comes back to life and she loses her shit. She is freaking out. Her head is shaking. Lights are coming out. She is screaming and thrashing while she flashes back to the same hooded man from the previous video, shown torturing her by sewing her mouth shut, sticking needles and sharp instruments into her skin. And so this is going on for, 30 seconds of it. And you see, and this is like legit piercing shit. Like this is not like, you can tell there. And I found an interview, like, yeah, it's all like, they actually had a lady who was like, yeah.
Oh,
so
the
much,
footage was like fucking
so much.
nuts.
Show my fucking lips shut. I don't give a shit.
Damn, all right.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh boy. Wingless guy and dead hottie start making out.
Fuck yeah, here we go.
And then they
Give me a second.
Matt.
For those playing at home over the podcast, I just spit on my hand.
Matt just spit in his hand. The wingless guy, they start making out, and then they start straight fucking.
Here we go.
I am talking, they are fucking for a while. All right?
Are they on a bed where they fucking...
They're in the grave. They're fucking in the grave.
dirt fucking.
Yeah, and we get drone shots of like the graveyard. They filmed in a real graveyard, so it's two nude people, and he's just fucking railing her.
And they're naked?
Naked.
Pale ass naked.
Pale.
You see tits.
No.
Butts?
Oh, tons of butt. Tons of butt. No.
Wow.
That's the thing. Nude as can be. They have some dirt over, like, she had some dirt on her chest. So
you watch it on YouTube?
Yeah, but it has before. It's like mature. It was like mature images, and I was like, wonder what I'm gonna see. And then he's fucking railing her in this grave for a while.
From cradle to the
Missionary?
railed in the
Or
grave.
are they in a demonic sex position?
No, it was
or is
missionary.
like-
He's on top, and he's just pounding away.
Okay.
Right when it appears that they climax, hooded guy shows up looking down into the grave, and then all of a sudden you see a child with wings.
Oh, no.
And then the grave falls in on itself and then explodes, and they all die again. I cannot stress enough that they fuck forever.
Is the baby their fuck demon child, like dead child thing?
So then I'm like, all right, part 3, let's fucking go.
I can't
So-
wait.
Let me get some lotion.
So the third part, you don't need it for this one. So for the third one, this is the video for Heard It All Before. And I mean, you've heard these songs. Like, none of them have anything to do with what I'm talking about here. All right. So for Heard It All Before video, we see the plant. Oh, yeah. So at the end of the Scream With Me video, there's a shot of a CGI plant, like, growing.
Okay.
You see that at the beginning of the Heard It All Before video. Lots of stop motion CGI. Looks like there's a hive of maggots at one point, and then a tree gives birth to the winged boy. And then he sees the fairy from the first video, and he follows her into a cave. In the cave, he sees the man in the white cloak. Then he is greeted by a fireball that engulfs him and starts to burn his wings. But then he grows into the man we see in the other videos.
The naked man.
The naked man. And eventually he enters a portal, which I assume is then taking him back to the beginning of the first video.
Oh.
May the circle
I was gonna say.
be unbroken.
Yeah. So I found this interview with Chad about the Beautiful and Strange video. and where he basically just talks. Okay, he says, the video was directed by Frankie Nasso, who is a tattoo artist at Paul Booth Studio. And he says after they got over the shock of seeing someone, they'd seen a girl get her lips sewn shut at Paul Booth Studio, and they were like, "You got to put this in music video."
Of course,
you got to put this in video. It says Beautiful and Strange is the second video of a 3-part conceptual series for the band's new self-titled album. In addition to the lip-sewing flashback, the clip depicts a man from the band's last video, Scream With Me, bursting out of a casket and entering an adjoining grave with a beautiful female corpse. After he kisses her, she comes back to life, and the two have sex while visions of abuse and torture reel through her mind. The video was banned by all major video outlets because of its mature subject matter and can only be seen on the social networking site Vampire Freaks. I'm not making this up.
Perfect.
I believe that there is as much, if not more, value to the interest created by a band video as there is in promoting through traditional channels, Gray says. We have received almost 400,000 views of the video at vampirefreaks.com already. It was shot in the beginning of 2009 at a soundstage and a cemetery in New Jersey, just outside of New York City. Mudvayne aren't featured, but they had input into the treatment. Gray said, "We intentionally set out to create something that would push buttons. Frankie Nasso had a vision for a 3-video story that would really step outside your typical music video, and I think he's nailing it. It's hard to see the whole story by just watching one video, but once the final video is released in a few weeks, you'll be able to watch them all together." While the goal wasn't to create a video that no one would play, Gray understands why video outlets have been squeamish to post Beautiful and Strange. "I'm not surprised at all that it got banned," he said. "It's pretty damn hard to watch. Actually, there were edits done to try and get it within standards, but at the end of the day, we decided to let it live as it was originally intended." What was most interesting is that everyone's hung up on the piercing aspect of things and not on the, 40 minutes of railing in the grave.
The savage dirt fucking
yeah. Matt, are you creating an account of vampirefreaks.com?
Yeah, of course. It's an online clothing store and former social networking site for goths and rivet heads.
Oh, rivet heads.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. Any cool merch?
Well, I mean, if you love looking like Wednesday Addams, then boy, oh boy, is Beetlejuice your spirit animal? Then
are you excited for the sequel?
Is Lydia your totem? Then let me tell you, I've got a site. Hey, as a former goth that never dressed goth, like, good. This makes it a lot easier.
Hell yeah.
Because it used to be, thank God we had noir leather.
Damn right.
That's right. Noir leather, that was your only option around here.
Really, that was it.
I was trying to think of noir leather when we were making fun of Blacklights and needed to go somewhere. I was like, noir leather probably had the only Blacklight in Royal Oak at one point.
I think so.
I need a ball gag and a Blacklight.
Yeah.
That was like one of the few stores when we'd go out there and shop and I'd be like, I'm not allowed in there. I know that.
I'm still not allowed
11.
in there. I am a 46-year-old man and I am not allowed in noir leather. They're just like, nah, you're not ready.
You're not ready.
You fucking normie. I'm like, yeah.
So that's a music video. It's on YouTube somehow, some way.
I'm just okay. If I'm in that band, say we're in that band, he comes back to us and goes, "Guys, got the final cut here." It's 3 parts, and they're like, "Fuck yeah!"
All right,
awesome.
Cue it up.
All right, problem though.
What's the problem?
Not allowed to legally show this to the public.
Wait,
but it's good, boys.
Okay,
You'll love it.
Listen, we can only host it on vampirefreaks.net.
The internet's telling us it's too crazy for the fucking internet. You guys excited to make $0 on this?
I mean, they couldn't even. That's the thing.
Hey, guys, remember when we looked at that pile of money and said, no, thanks?
I'd be furious that this thing could not be on the fucking internet. You can't put it on. In 2009, what other fucking platforms did they have besides YouTube? VampireFreaks.com.
That was it. That was it.
What the hell's going there?
I guess they could put it on. Was it Vimeo? Was that a thing?
Oh, I don't know.
Or what was the other one?
Daily Motion.
Daily Motion. Oh, this.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, these all 3 had big Daily Motion vibes.
Yeah,
like big Daily Motion vibes.
That is so. Isn't that weird that you just say it and I'm like, I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't know why, but I know.
Daily Motion is like this weird mix of weirdly dubbed foreign clips that don't make any sense. You have no context for.
Correct.
And yeah, like not safe for work music videos and like chunks of porn, but not really. Like it's not really on there. It's mostly for just like in between.
It's like the pool scene from Showgirls.
Yes.
Followed by
Yeah.
That's so perfect. It was the only place I could go to where if I wanted to watch wrestling clips where they didn't dub out the like copyrighted sweet music, I could go to Daily Motion and be like, "Oh, they'll play the fucking Pearl Jam song while in this entrance, bitch."
Yeah.
Like, I had to go to
That's
Daily
the best.
Motion though.
Absolutely.
That's funny.
All right.
Alrighty.
I feel like we need to roll through the rest of this.
Okay, Matt. Up next, I Can't Wait.
I love this
This is the best song on the album.
by far.
Chug that riff that chug. Mudvayne, on one. Mudvayne, doing the damn thing. Mudvayne on the song, new AF.
This is great.
The boys went to lunch that day and were like, "That one, boys, this morning was the fucking hot one from us." Like,
Yeah.
This one goes on.
They split a pie. They split a pie after this one.
And he
Hey, we're gonna take a pie. Oh, we don't have to go get a fucking pie.
Go
across
get
the
a
street.
pie.
We're Mudvayne.
We're
Mudvayne.
Mudvayne. We just kind of crush her.
right now in this room, we're
This is a
Mudvayne.
Burger King. We don't have pies. I
We
say
want
go
a
get
pie.
Fucking pie
Get a
across
pie.
the street now.
Please get a pie. This is why I'm a hypocrite when it comes to stupid lyrics, because I don't give a shit what he's saying.
Sure.
Because I believe anything that he would say. He could be like, 2 + 2 is 5. I'd be like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't care how dumb your lyrics are when I believe you. And the other ones where it's like, I don't know if I believe you or not. And now I'm hearing these lyrics that are dumb as shit to me.
Yep. And we started bobbing our heads exactly at the same amount of that chug. And that I don't even know what part of the song, but we started doing this, and you're right. It's like from there, I'm like, if that chug's right, I'm like, say whatever the fuck you want.
I
Next.
don't
I don't care, baby.
I met Matt Nelson. He stinks. He smells so bad.
You're pounding your
like,
chest.
yeah.
I fucking reek.
It makes my eyes water. Please take a bath.
That's my glands. Hell yeah. I feel this one.
I can't help myself. I sweat a lot.
I wrote in my notes that this song fucking goes. I did write the lyric down. I can't wait until it's over. I'm dead and gone. I can't wait to lose it all. Fuck it all. Fuck you all. There's nothing left anyway. They say that dead men don't pull triggers. I'll prove them wrong. Woo! That's a bar.
Those
Yeah,
are the
dude.
best lyrics
Yeah.
on the record
Oh,
so far.
That's it.
It's just if I could interview that and just ask him one question, like, when was this song written? Like, where in the time? Because this one feels fucking ready.
Yes.
You know, like, so wow, how, like, where did it go? How did it get made amongst the other bullshit? You know, I don't know. It's so interesting.
Yeah, and so one guy in Song Meanings, Got Rock 83, said, "To me, it means about a man who has lost trust in humanity and is watching his world crumble." And I was like, that seems
pretty
pretty
good.
apt.
Okay.
But unfortunately, Mudvayne 82 rolled in and said, "Well, Got Rock, that's one of the themes in almost every Mudvayne song, so I kinda agree. To understand Mudvayne, you gotta understand there's views in life through their other songs because they use references to their other songs in a song. That's the best way I can explain it. I Can't Wait is very similar to Tool's masterpiece, Anima. The verses are all the things that Chad and Ryan feel that are destroying this shitty world on top of the emotions
Shut up.
that
Yeah,
come
shut
with
up,
it and
Mudvayne
our
82.
fears." Then he quotes a bunch of stuff, and then at the end he goes, "A man that has nothing to lose is an extremely dangerous man. I'm not saying that is what the song is about, rather some of my opinions. But I do know that the lads in Mudvayne are more intelligent than you and I will ever be, so no one will ever true meaning. Thanks for reading."
Oh my god, dude.
Nobody asked.
Even the guys in
Mudvayne
are-
82 signing off.
The guys in Mudvayne would fucking hate that guy.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want
I
that.
hate that guy.
Everyone does. God, I love it.
Matt, what's next?
Buddy, I'll tell you, the next song is Beyond the Pale. Because it's called Beyond the Pale.
Sorry, this doesn't
Yeah.
start until minute
Yeah.
30.
Yep. Minute
bad.
30.
Too bad, so sad.
Right.
We cannot listen to any more.
Minute 30.
Well, I'm like, why are we listening to the loop, the jam loop that comes with? I mean, Ryan Martini is playing the shit out of that
Yeah,
bass.
yeah,
but
it
he's
sounds good, but what are
he's
we doing?
obviously just set a loop for them to figure out other things to do on top of it.
Yeah.
The lyric that is good in this one is "Lying to us all, so beyond the pale that I'm ripping like a chainsaw."
When does this happen?
A minute 30. A minute 30 is when the song actually happens.
Oh my god! All right, let's try again. How did we get here?
Yeah.
Listen, just softly strum for a minute 30, and then Chad. Well, maybe what it is that Chad is late. He's always late, and they're like, and then they don't like. Listen, when he gets here, he's gonna start screaming. He's gonna start screaming the moment we just have the mic set up. So we're just gonna play something nice, and then when he walks in, we'll just hit the pedal and switch it.
Give him some cans. He'll go in there and just fucking go in front of the mic.
Absolutely.
Like, let's sound like Dream Theater meets Joe Satriani for a second, and then boom, he comes in.
Yeah, I'm ripping like a chainsaw. It's like that's not my vibe, but all right, I'm at you. I'm at you. Yeah, I did right. This song is one of, honestly, a pretty peak nihilistic song from our boys in Mudvayne, and I did say that this is kind of sick as hell for their nihilism. So beyond the pale that I'm ticking like a time bomb. He's both a time bomb and a chainsaw. He likes to mix this up. We didn't talk about earlier, he accused somebody of being a parasite, and then the next line said, "You're also cannibals." And I was like, this guy fucking hates these people. Wow.
You eat other people, so you suck the life out of other people, and then you eat them later.
Yeah.
Doggy bag him.
Doggy
bag him.
Yeah.
Gotta take him home. Gotta
take him home. Yeah. He goes to the bar first and he goes, "Give me the bottle."
Now give me a pie.
Give me a pie.
Go give me a pie.
Give me a pie.
I need a pie.
I guess this place is a little beyond the pale.
Did you just gotta get hey, Garrett, did you just gotta give that guy like the whole bottle and a pie?
Hey.
Uh-huh.
You know when he needs it.
Okay, all right.
They don't ask all the time, but you know when they need it.
I'm backing off.
Lay off me, Lorin.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry. You gave him a whole bottle and a pie. That's a lot. Matt, are you ready for the next one? Are you?
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready for the next song.
The next song is called "I'll Talk." Matt, I think this might be about people who are all talk and no action.
Oh,
I think that's what it's about.
Hate those people.
You know? And he asked the question, where will you be when it all falls down? Where will you be when it all comes back around? Where will you be at the end of our days, just following the footsteps, let the liars lead the way?
Fuck.
Right?
Great.
Shit.
And then he asks, he does a bunch of who will you blame? Which I wrote in my notes. I was like, who will you blame? And then he just starts going and saying, who will you blame for the servile days? Who will you blame for the hurricanes and tidal waves? Who will you blame for the riots and the anger? Just crying in the corner, wishing you had had a say. And what he's saying is, you got to say. You got one right now. You can get out there. You can make a difference. I have to say it. This is Mudvayne's Get Out and Vote.
Is this a Rock the Vote song?
This is a Rock the Vote song. And like, listen, you can talk your talk. You got to get out there. You got to work the polls. You know what? You got to get out there. You got to work the neighborhoods.
This is their man in the mirror.
That's right.
Make that change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Michael Jackson. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. And Chad Gray is like, who are you going to blame for the hurricanes and tidal waves?
I blame a butterfly that was murdered.
Who shot this butterfly? I'm really feeling this butterfly death guy. I'm gonna mourn him. Give me a bottle. Give me the full bottle.
I guess.
Give me the full bottle.
I guess you're all talk. I've been looking for this reference in my brain the whole time. You had made an allusion before we started recording about Garth Brooks telling bullshit stories about like how songs are titled.
Yeah.
But my favorite bullshit story about how songs are titled came from the Eagles documentary.
I love that doc.
Yeah. Well, there's two main Eagles are Glenn Fry and
Don Henley.
Glenn Fry, is it Glenn Fry?
Shout out Michigan, baby.
Yeah, Glenn Fry is sitting in front talking about their early hits.
Yes.
You know, I was at a bar in Tuscaloosa, and this woman goes up to a man, and you can tell that she ain't going to be faithful to him. And she walks away, and I go, hey, man, you can't trust those lying eyes. I'm paraphrasing pretty liberally.
That's how they go, though.
But you can't believe those lying eyes in that Hotel California.
They do it all the time, dude. It's the best thing ever. Yeah, Garth tells that one where he's like, I was looking for a hit, driving down the road, and I'm telling God, God, send me a sign that I'm gonna be a singer songwriter. And it's at that moment I pulled over, looked to the sky as the thunder rolled, and I knew then that's the sign. And I'm like, Garth, that you didn't write Thunder Rolls.
It is historically, canonically bedrock.
Yeah,
that Nashville has writing teams.
Garth,
Roy
they have to
Acuff-
credit them legally.
Roy Acuff's Rose, like, it like literally was the songwriting mill of country music.
Yes. Yeah. So
Acuff Rose is like truly 1.5 million songs have been written by Acuff Rose writers.
I don't know how we got on this.
Well, guys, ultimately we're just talking about people who are all talk.
Oh, maybe they should go out to pasture.
Yes.
This
has another long intro. I'm sorry.
You gotta go 40 seconds in.
That's when this starts.
Right.
Now you need to go another 40 seconds,
Now,
and a genie will appear.
Yes.
I think I need a broom to sweep
Matt has taken his headphones off. That's okay.
I think I need a broom.
You need a broom.
Whatever happened to predictability? The postman, the cable boy, I need him in TV.
Again, if Matt can make fun of your song in 15 seconds, it is a bad song.
So this is the one where I was like, at first I was like, out to pasture. Okay. Seems like a wake up sheeple situation.
Should be.
But I'm going to read you this lyric. You keep leading me, you keep driving me, you keep pushing me out to pasture to graze. Can't keep strangling, can't keep ignoring me, can't keep judging me. Climbing a clock tower, you keep telling us, you keep showing us, you keep forcing us. You out to pasture to graze. You stopped listening, you stopped hearing me. So I'm loading my gun.
Oh boy, get ready.
Boy, oh boy. When you start saying stuff like that, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to need you to give me that whole bottle back, actually.
No more pie for you.
No pie for you. No pie. No, I'm sorry. And there was a comment from one of your favorite commenters, Matt. A little racist.
Oh, a little racist.
A little racist. If you're not familiar, little racist. Who is trying? Who wants,
murdered Garrett?
That's his name?
Well, he's trying to be clever, and it's supposed to be lyricist.
No,
but it looks like the way he spelled it, song meaning's fine, so it's a little racist.
Okay, that's clever. Okay.
Such an intricate and precise song of Mudvayne's. The pacing of it is brilliant, too. Shows how talented the band really are. I'm glad someone liked the pacing. I mean, pick up the pace.
That's
quote,
what I feel like.
Yeah, truly.
To quote Slipknot.
Indeed. And then we have a My Interpretation from Long-Haired Country Boy, who said, to me, this song is about the control of information. Do any of us really know that anything we've been told about anything is true? Or do we just accept what's been fed to us from teachers and parents and the news and the government?
Do you know that the space between us is infinite if we keep having it?
We're just like cattle put out to graze and chew on the cud of information that's been fed to us, but we don't really know what's true and what's bullshit. To me, this is the best song on the album, which was overall kind of weak for Mudvayne. Twist ending there.
Twist ending.
Key to No Gain responded 8 years later and said, while I agree that this is the best song on the album, I would also argue that it is one of Mudvayne's best songs ever. Also, after a few listens, I can see why this album is self-titled. It displays all of Mudvayne's intricacies in stride. The radio-friendly material is good, and the rest is a mind fuck. Out of Pasture is a jaw-dropper for me. Never heard a song like it. Key to No Gain has heard 2 songs. Those songs are Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen and this song, Out to Pasture.
Right.
And which they can agree, this song sounds nothing like Call Me Maybe.
Yeah.
And thus sounds like nothing they've ever heard.
Do you think, I know maybe you guys have mentioned this, do you think the people on songmeetings.com know that we've all had these thoughts before? Like, you know what I mean? Like this song's about this, and it's like, of course it is. We're all feeling that vibe, right? Because I feel like every comment section is like, No, we all knew that instantly, seconds in. Why did you write 5 paragraphs about
Garrett,
it?
here's the thing. If someone doesn't say it,
Right.
then someone rolls in and goes, why hasn't anyone commented on this song?
You are right.
You have to state the obvious or you're going to get burned.
Right.
You're going to get burned.
I just hope those guys who like, we all had those guys in high school who would like raise their hand like, hey, you know what though about that? And then they'd go into some shit like that. And we're all like, yeah, dude. I guess that's one way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are always on the bus just like, yeah, fuck this. And I'm like, why can't we just have a nice day on the bus?
Oh, yeah. Those
All
guys
right.
all the time. All the time. I know exactly who you're talking about.
I didn't know they had a website.
They have a whole website for
Yeah. These guys love it, man.
How respectful of our time is this album?
Matt, you are going to be stunned to
48
learn
minutes.
This album is 48 minutes and 17 seconds.
If they would have cut these fucking intros out, this would have been a cool 35.
Yeah, dude.
I love that you think there's 10 minutes of intro.
Am
Actually,
I wrong?
you know what? Now I think about it. Yeah.
Maybe 5 or 6.
Maybe. I think an easy 6 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. Honestly, probably. You know what? Plus with the shit at the beginning.
Yeah.
The shit on the end of the last song. Yeah, this could have been a tight 40.
Oh, boy.
Type 40. Okay, I'll
Tight
take 40.
Yeah.
Tight 40. All right. Up next, we've got Burn the Bridge.
Big Jocko Willink, guys. Burn the boats.
Matt, you seem unmoved by this song.
I feel like it's a good song. My issue with it is, and it's impossible to not writing a song that you've not heard before. I think is impossible at some point. Like you're going to hear other songs in Western music. There's just things and patterns that recur all the time. You've seen the people play the 4 chords and sing like 1,000 songs over it. Why is this Sum 41 song being played by Mudvayne?
That's a good comparison.
Matt, listen, sometimes you just get inspired. You see those boys, you know, and I mean, talk about lyrics, you know. I mean, I'm sometimes forgetting close friends' birthdays, but I can still hear in my head that guy going, "Mom should have had an abortion. You know, I'm gonna remember that forever. So, in that way, what's funny is that I felt like content-wise, this felt like Godsmack territory.
Oh,
I feel
interesting.
like there's like Godsmack's got like 20 of these. I mean, no integrity, no sincerity, no credibility, no regret, no principle, no ethic, no honor, makes no fucking sense. I'm like, this is full Sully shit. This is total Sully shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, songmeanings.com has a comment, and we were just evoking this actually, Garrett. And the comment is really no opinions. It's self-explanatory. The song says it all. Nobody cares about anyone but themselves anymore. And I was like, okay, I mean, that's a standard comment. Matt's always citing those. But I looked at who posted it, and it's Gaddafi. That's right. Muammar Gaddafi. And I looked at the time.
Noted, not nice guy.
Not nice guy. Yeah, and this was posted November 3rd, 2010, because I know some people are like, Lorin, Gaddafi got killed. He got assassinated. You're right. He did get assassinated in 2011. So he had plenty of time to hop onto songmeanings.com
For sure.
and say, no fucking comments?
So what happened?
No fucking comments? How
comments on this?
can you believe this? I'm sure he got his council together and he was like, guys, I was just in song meetings. There's no comments under Burn the Bridge. There's no comments.
I'm furious.
I'm furious. I'm hopping on the VPN.
Yeah.
I'm hopping on right now. I'm commenting. I'm letting you all know what I'm doing. I want to keep you in the loop. All right? You know what? And since you guys are all here, get a pie in here. Somebody get a pie in here.
Get me that Mudvayne special.
Let's get a pie. Matt?
Okay.
Yes.
I want to either be vindicated or proven 100% wrong.
Someone to the party. Look, my name is Andy.
Wow, I'm smoking out, drinking in the back of El Camino. As a kid, was a skid. Didn't know what a skid was until Letterkenny. Our Canadian friends. Oh, yeah.
That song ripped through culture, though, bro. I was
Summer
in high school.
Summer 2001.
Oh, baby.
It was
What
the
a
last
banger.
good summer.
Last good summer.
Last good
before
summer.
those towers fell.
Towers fell. Listen, as I say, the summer 2001, the sun was out all the time.
Every day.
Every day. There were no cloudy days.
No
It
one
was
remembers, too. 9/11 was an absolute beautiful weather day.
It was.
The best day.
It was
gorgeous.
gorgeous
Yeah. Yeah.
It's truly the first thing that's said on every documentary I've watched about 9/11.
For real.
I'm like, it's a perfect morning.
I, no joke, remember driving home in the tragedy, like, from school and telling my buddy who's driving me, like, it sucks because it's so fucking nice out. I remember thinking it.
No, I remember being in my dorm, all sitting around, we're all dealing with it, and it's like the sun's just blazing in,
Yeah.
and I was just like, and we're all inside.
I watched Cars all
Bummed.
afternoon. It was nice as hell at work.
Well, that's our 9/11 reflection once again.
It comes every episode.
Happens all
Thank
the
you
time.
for allowing that. I wasn't coming on until we did that.
It was in the contract. Matt, we're on our last song on the album.
We did it.
We did it. And that song, I'm going to let you say it. What is the last song called, Matt?
Dead inside.
Don't feel good.
He took the headphones off. Took it off. Headphones are off.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hear a
Fix
little
your
more.
mic. Fix your mic.
All right,
Here,
okay.
you can hear a little more. Yeah,
I don't feel good.
yeah, he doesn't feel good. Well, yeah, because he's dead inside.
I don't feel,
don't feel good.
My tummy hurts.
So,
Oh, sorry. The cheeks were being parted.
Matt, I guess we'll start with you.
That sucks. I don't like it. And the reason I don't isn't because I don't like slow song. I like plenty of slow songs. It is if that they break up after this isn't that shocking. You know, like it just feels like for a band that I've heard be so technically marvelous and so laser focused and intent in what they're doing, this feels slapdash, and I think that's what sucks to me. It's like, I don't feel good. Okay, hey, can you turn down Hurt for a minute?
Right.
I think I've got a great, yeah, I know, I hurt myself today. That's a great lyric, but I don't feel good.
Yeah,
Like-
this is an open mic at fucking Pop Bellies. Or
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Oh,
This
my
is
God.
Fucking sucky. Like this is
Oh.
an acoustic guitar at like a fucking coffee house bullshit.
The flat strum of it is the really striking thing because you've been sitting with virtuosos for 45 minutes,
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, and what also seems weird though is that it seems like it's not something in the way, you know,
Right.
like something in the way for Nirvana. It's the last song
track
on-
on
Oh,
on-
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a similar, but there's still more. This is like, yeah, we've got something in the way at home. That's the vibe on this one. I will say that I think they nailed the chorus, and that this feels like Mudvayne's like, can we do our real motherfucking deal moment? But
they aren't the real motherfucking deal guys.
that's the thing. I don't understand why they felt like, yeah, we should end an acoustic one. I'm like, honestly, this song on the album, I was like, man, I miss when you guys were like aliens in embryonic sacs, just
Yeah.
dripping fluid all over the place. Can we go back to that? Which it appears that they are now, at least live.
Right,
They're back
yeah.
in the makeup and stuff. But
You wanted to be like, where's your long dangly fucking
I-
goatee that's
yeah.
dyed blue?
yeah, that's what I want, and I
Yeah.
don't hear it with this. So this one
I don't
Yeah.
feel good.
yeah, not a.
Come on, put your makeup on. I don't feel good.
My Tommy Hood.
Yeah. Two comments to note on songmeanings.com. Funeral Dancer.
Back.
Yeah.
This song is
Back in that ass. For the nine.
This song is about the dangers of wishing. Once all your wishes are granted, many of your dreams will be destroyed. Well done, Funeral
That's
Dancer.
the storyline of Aladdin. What the fuck are you
Well,
talking
it's also
about?
dead inside. And then Ninja Guy 6 said, my opinion is it's about life in a whole. In the end, it washes away. As in, we go through all of this for nothing. And at the end, no matter what, it always ends the same. The type of vibe of this song is a more serious approach compared to their other songs. Puts a shiver on my spine.
A shiver in my socks. I got cold feet.
Guys, ship
and
is
I don't feel good.
I don't feel good.
The one thing I found weird is like his singing is like that. And I'm like, you have a more powerful voice.
Yeah,
than
Got a
that.
super powerful voice.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're singing like
Yeah,
that.
it's a weird choice. He's like, on this one, guys, I'm gonna sing bad.
On this one, I'm really gonna half-ass it.
I'm gonna sing
I
bad.
mean,
on
like
this
if you're
one.
doing something in the way, like he goes for it on that. He's singing the shit out of that fucking song. And this song, like you have the pipes to fucking nail
Yeah,
this when
he
you
does.
want
It is that thing of like, with something like Something in the Way, there's not a moment in that song that I don't feel like that is that guy.
Yes.
And when I hear this song, I feel like this is performative. Like performative angst, performative
This is our acoustic
exhaustion.
time to perform.
Like, oh yeah, give me the guitar. Don't worry, greatest guitarists.
Right. Yeah.
I got this.
Right. Yeah. I'm going Aaron Lewis on this one.
I just like them more than this.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think that's what is it bad in the scheme of things? No, we've heard way worse, but it's just like
right.
my expectations aren't being met, and that's where my frustration comes from.
Sure.
I'm already in Canon Talk. Sorry, but
All right. Well, that is the last song on the album, and now, Matt, it's now part of the show we talk about
Canon Talk.
talking about the canon. Garrett, you're our guest. We will start with you.
Oh my God. Okay. So I didn't know if this was going to annoy you guys or not. I want to put the whole thing in.
Whoa!
Only because I didn't share this at the beginning of the show, but I have a lot of pent up guilt for Mudvayne and the things I used to say about Mudvayne.
Oh.
And so I used to rip these guys a new asshole in high school and just be like, you are like shitty Slipknot, and just like make fun of them for their face paint. Because when they came out, they were ripping my friend group apart. They loved them. Like my rock friends loved them. And I was just quick to go with the jokes. And so as I'm driving over here, I was like, I owe Mudvayne something. Now that I'm an artist in my older age, I know how hard this is. I want to put the whole thing in for Mudvayne to say, I'm sorry, Mudvayne.
Yeah.
I'm the little pig. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
I appreciate
Feel free
it.
to go, Garrett. No, that's not happening.
Luckily, there are 3 votes at this table.
Well,
I
you know-
tried, Mudvayne.
Matt, I'm going to go to you next.
So it is a no. And the reason
This would be the saddest job interview for Mudvayne. I said it was good, guys. No, he's saying no.
well, the reason why is because I feel like there's better albums that represent the sound of Mudvayne. There's truer nu metal albums that are what we're going for from Mudvayne. The album itself, to me, needs to be redone with more clarity and more focus, less Jarl and more intensity. These guys are super capable of that, and that's why I get disappointed, because it's like, why are you doing this? You went like, did we spend all of our time on packaging and no time on rewriting the album? Because
Yeah.
like
I think, yeah.
I think so. They were like,
I think you
listen,
just said it, man.
listen, we got Blacklights, we got Blacklight game,
Right.
and also I got this music video idea where this 2 corpses just fucking rail each other.
but it does give me that feeling of like, maybe we have run our, like as somebody who's done something for a long time, you either fall in love with it again and you learn a way to make it new for yourself, or you find something new that you're going to do that shows you like, oh, I don't, like we all used to improvise probably 6 to 7 days a week if we could.
Oh yeah.
And then eventually you get to a point where it's just like, you know what? I actually find myself doing character sketches, or I like the musical side of this, or I'm hosting now and I actually like that more than I like, like you find the new niches that you're in.
Of course.
Whereas like when you're in it and you're doing it, is like, I couldn't imagine not doing the performance aspect of this 24/7.
Yep.
It's like, oh, what is the focus in this record? It's like, oh, we have all these artistic things. We work with a tattoo artist. Well, the band made that decision, and it's like, oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to try to market in non-traditional ways, and we're going to do all these things that aren't the business action of what's going to make this a successful record. And it's like, oh, well, maybe we don't love this maybe we don't love the record making process the way that we used to. Maybe it's time for us just because nobody's angry here. We're all good, but it's just, we all kind of know, like,
Yeah.
That's it.
That's why, to me, like, this is going to sound corny. I don't even care. I want it recorded. To me, that is the human magic between all of us. The art can make us sense that. We can sense it. We can sense that their full heart isn't in this. Why? Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Because we've seen it in other stuff. We can feel when they are together as a band. They had major success. We feel it.
Right.
I will never stop being blown away by music in that way of like, we can sense that these guys are not in that booth together, loving each other, making this music, loving it. It's weird. I love that part of it. Like, music is such a thing you can feel in that way. I don't know. It's just cool. But I know exactly what you mean. It's hard to be in a band.
Oh my God.
As we get older, and we've, like, going back to the improv thing,
Yeah.
we've been in troops.
Yeah.
Troops are bands. They're comedy bands.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've all been in bands. It's fucking hard to be in a band.
Yeah.
You know?
And we've had some local success, but not a national spotlight
Right.
success that these guys have. And it's like, I can't even imagine that. But I'm already a pain in the ass. Give
For
me
real.
give me some success. Oh shit, it's over.
I always say me and Mike. Like,
Which,
are
by
we,
the
like-
way, Patreon.
Patreon.com/Roach
Roach
Koach
Koach
Podcast.
Podcast.
I'm signed up on it. Good Patreon.
Good
over there.
Patreon
This
over there.
Patreon gives you what you want.
There it is. Thank you. Thank you.
course.
You were gonna say you and Mike.
Yeah, me and Mike, you know, if we're going back to music and stuff like that, I always say that me and Mike now it's not a band, we're like Hall & Oates. You know what I mean? And we're a two-man group. We write like
Yeah.
this or something, like we do this as a two-man. Even that's hard. Even that's a difficult thing. So when I see Hall & Oates or like Wham, I'm like, yeah, bruh. Sometimes they're like, get out of here, go in the other room.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's hard to be creative in a group of people in an ensemble. So it's just amazing, like, how many things can fall through the cracks, and even one little slippage can make a whole album suck.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Absolutely. All right. So Garrett's all in.
Yeah, I want to by saying
Matt,
that
I'm
in.
all out.
You're all out. I'm tiebreaker. Oh
Yeah.
boy. All right, here we go. So I feel like overall, Mudvayne did the damn thing on this album. Sometimes they went out of their way and got in their own way because they have the faults of the packaging design, these long intros. But there is a lot of rippers on this album. I liked it more than a new game. And it kind of really solidified that for me, like, Mudvayne's discography is largely pretty solid. I would say that this album had a lot of variety, and I was never really bored. Maybe some of the intro stuff, I was like, we could speed this up. But I wouldn't put the full album in. I would just say, I Can't Wait goes in.
Is that with the 14-second scream?
No, that's Heard It All Before. I Can't Wait is the one that we all agreed, oh, this song fucking rips. It's great.
Okay.
And then we
Okay.
all
I'm
just-
good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So that was my one for the canon.
And it's a success for any band. I want that said. If you get in the Roach Koach canon, even one,
Well,
you
yeah.
fucking made it.
They have two full.
Yep.
First two albums are in.
You're living the Nu-Metal
And
dream.
they have I think like two off of Lost and Found, and now they got one off of this one.
Yep.
There you go.
There's 8 billion people out there. Most are not in this Roach Koach
That's
canon.
true.
That's right,
It's true.
baby.
It's very
So,
exclusive.
consider yourself a fucking astronaut.
That's right.
You made it.
You made it, Mudvayne. You got one more in the Nu-Metal canon. That means go to the bar, get the full bottle,
Hit the full bottle.
and get a
deserve
pie.
it.
Get a pie.
I guess I'm not dead inside.
There it is. There it is. And that brings us to the end of another episode of Roach Koach. Thank you so much for listening. Garrett, thank you,
Thank you,
so
Garrett.
much for coming on the show again.
Thank you, Lorin. Thank you, Matt.
Truly appreciate it. Keep on saying hello to us online, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're on all of those. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Roach Koach Podcast. New episodes of The Pact every month, along with other fun things that we're brewing up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, if this May 1st already, or May 2nd already happened when this comes out.
I think so.
And we've had the Matt Noss live stream.
The Matt Noss live stream. That's right. Matt Noss is going to live stream. What he's going to do on it?
Oh, I'm starting to get it together.
Oh, he's putting it together. All right. He's not just going to wing it.
Right.
I love it.
There's no way I could wing this.
All right. I love it. Matt Noss live stream. and more to come. Definitely visit WayneCountyLife.com.
Yep,
for
on
all of Garrett.
platforms, please.
And then Garrett will be around town. I mean, now you're doing meet and greets, so you've kind of transcended the throwing the ball with your, because that's the thing we talked about before. Your fans just wanted to kind of throw a ball with you a little bit.
Yeah.
But now, like, we're shaking hands, we're taking autographs, we're doing photo ops.
Yeah, we tried to figure out a way that I could arm wrestle each fan if they wanted to, but we couldn't figure out, like, how does that work?
Logistically.
Yeah, like, and I don't want to lose, and I want Uncle Terry to win every time, so how do we explain this? But,
Yeah.
we'll get there.
You'll get there. You'll get there eventually. So until next time, Matt, thank you.
Lorin, thank you.
Garrett, thank you.
Thank you.
Roach Koach
Podcast.
Hot all day. Every day. It's the Roach Koach
Podcast.
all day.